Hello, hello, all of you wonderful, wonderful people. It is your boy Rylionn. Joining me tonight is Primus Multis himself in the flesh. Primus, say what's up. Say what is up to everybody. Thank you.
Oh, it's so good to be back.
Oh,
It's been what, like 4 months since I've been able to cast a game.
I know. It's so great. And we already have a drink water redeemed by Missing Sock, so I have Gatorade.
I have a good old Texas Shiner, so.
Alright, that works too, but yes, I'm very excited as well. I won't be casting throughout the entirety of this game. I'm just going to be a fill-in for right now because I believe you said Matcha is actually going to be joining you tonight in the casting position, so I will just be hosting in the background, so do not worry, anybody. But he said, "Damn, you're like an adult." Yes, we are adults. Just in age though. That's everything. A boomer caster. Oh my god, get out of here! I'm gonna go ahead and give Missing Sock like a 2-minute timeout. But anyways, that's not what we're here for. We are here for tonight's game, which is going to be Team Ventures versus Team Stoopid, Team Diff. I love the names that they have this season. It is amazing. Like there's so many great ones, but tonight some of the best ones are going to be playing here, and I believe it is going to be Ventures starting off on blue side, and Stoopid Team Diff is going to be on the red side, if I'm not mistaken. And if you want to go ahead, break it down before draft starts. I mean, you've played with some of these people. We've seen some of these names before.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we cast with Katana and we played with Katana, so I mean we know him very well.
Yeah.
Pretty aggressive. Love playing with him. I mean, obviously, like I can't not talk about my boy Arsenic Fox. So for the team Stupid Team Diff, we're very familiar with a few of them. I'm familiar with Arsenic Fox. Played with him, watched him grow as a player. Was very questionable when we first started playing with him because I played on teamgap green with him, and we had always had like doubts for him, and then eventually we end the season. He's probably one of the best junglers in the league, so really can't say much else other than don't give the man Nocturne. That's at least my personal. Nocturne and Hecarim was probably his two most played champions when I played with him. Obviously, that's a different meta, so those picks may not be the same, but I know nothing about Team Ventures, so I'm excited to see what they have in store for us. Can't wait. New season, new stuff. I really can't wait. I think. I mean, I don't know anything, so it's fresh start. We really can't be upset about that.
That's true. And can you turn your mic up a little bit on your end? People are saying it's a little bit quiet. I turned you up as loud as I could, but that's all right. And yeah, I'm excited to see what Ventures has to bring as well. Like you said, we have a lot of familiar faces. Arsenic Fox, Mid King, Gitano. I believe Permaband also was someone who had previously played as well, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm very excited to see, on the side of Ventures, we have Pug is Lost in the top, Parcel in the jungle, Gooey Mystic Shot in the mid lane, Noxus Strike in the ADC position, and Resai or Resi, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be the support. And then going ahead on the other side here, Stupid Team Diff, we have Permaband in the top, Arsenic Fox in the jungle, Mid King in the mid, and we have Gitano09 in the ADC, and Zeagle on support role, so not to worry. Let's go ahead.
As for my mic issues, I just turned down my sensitivity. I was already turned all the way up, but I can just talk louder too. I mean, I normally try to tone it down because I have a very loud voice, but if people are having trouble hearing me, then your boy can be loud. Don't worry about that.
I mean, yeah, no, you're definitely, your voice can carry. That's just why you're one of the best play-by-play casters we got here in Team Gap, so I'm very excited for that. But don't worry, you guys will be like, all right, turn his ass down in just a little bit here.
I can't carry a team when it comes to playing, but I can carry my voice. Dang. Oh, my camera FPS is terrible. I need to get
oh my god.
They don't pay me enough,
That was actually hilarious, dude. I'm not gonna lie. No, you do a great job in the support. I mean, you guys definitely won. I believe in the Team Gap Gold League, if I'm not mistaken. Correct? You guys were one of the winners
gold,
in that.
Gold we won. Silver we won the regular season, and then we shit the bed in the finals or semifinals.
It happens. It happens. I played in that as well.
The best.
You know, Silver League, we also didn't make it, you know, quite that far either. But, you know, that's all right. We made it far enough. That's all that matters, right? He said only good shot casting
White
if my
Feather,
ears
I
are
hope your ears are bleeding by the end of this. I know when Matcha gets here, it's going to get real hyped.
I'm
But yeah,
excited
no,
for
I'm
it.
excited. He's driving back from the airport, and then as soon as he turns on his computer, he will be here. I know we are kind of shooting the shit at the moment, but the game will be started shortly.
Oh, draft is actually
if you're
started,
waiting.
so I'm going to go ahead and pull that up here momentarily. And let's go ahead and
New
transition to that.
spectator. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
New spectator. So, yeah, let's go ahead and break down the draft that we have already underway. So, the first 3 bands coming out from the side of Venture is going to be Heckrum, Caitlyn, and Fiddlesticks, it looks like. Very nice. And then on the side of Stoopid Team Diff, shorter for, term STD over here, we have Corky, Leona, and Lux. I definitely like 5 out of the 6 of these bands so far. Fiddlesticks, I mean, there might be a Fiddlesticks main coming in from the side of, I believe, Arsenic Fox. Actually, his Fiddlesticks, if I'm not mistaken, was pretty disgusting last time that we did see him play here. So it is understandable to get rid of him. But Corky, Leona, Lux, Heckrum, and Caitlyn, all very, very strong picks right now. You know, there's, of course, many, many, many strong picks at the moment. But Lux, her cooldown on the ultimate, you know, the amount of damage she's able to do. Leona with the lockdown and Corky with the damage in escapability. I mean, definitely need to get rid of that. Heckrum, you know, if they go ahead and pull out the Yumi as well, he might as well just be like an unstoppable healing destruction train. Caitlyn with the, you know, range just overall on ADCs being able to poke down, plus, you know, the ace in the hole. You know, very easily blockable, but sometimes when you're just by yourself and it's 100% hit guarantee, kind of sucks. But,
yeah, and kind of ballsy with this first pick Gnar. Just, you know, no counter pick of the top lane whatsoever. Just, you know, feeling confident on Pugs' loss. Like,
straight for it, man.
Alright, like, we want him to be on his, I'm assuming his best champion. I have not been well vexed with their picks at the moment, but if they're first picking their top lane, like, I'm assuming that, you know, they're very, very confident with him on this. Well, 1 sec, Matcha is messaging me.
No worries, but yeah, no, Lulu Wukong is going to be a problem just overall. I mean, Lulu has great disengage, so anybody that they do pick, like Gnar with the Mega Gnar form, yeah, he's going to go ahead and get polymorphed before his ultimate goes off. Let's see what else. Oh, they're going to go ahead and pull out the Alistar. So she only has 1 polymorph, so there is a lot of engage capability from the side of Venture. I do like that, so they're going to counter that just slightly. Not only that, but they also have a lot of disengage. You know, if Wukong does go ahead and dive the back line, which is his main job anyways, so right as soon as he gets the ultimate, you have the Pulverize, you have the Headbutt coming in from Alistar, you have the Gnar ultimate as well, you also have the Stun coming through from Gnar. I mean, you have so much going on with just these 2 champions currently. You know, Mega Gnar form is kind of where it's going to be at mainly for, you know, the Wombo combos, but Alistar alone is going to have a Stun, Knock Up, Headbutt. I mean, it's great. And then the Jinx to go along with that on the side of Venture. So we see our bot lane already, Alistar Jinx. Let's see what Stoopid Team Diff does to try to counter that, because that is a ridiculously strong late game, you know, bot lane coming in. And it looks like they're not even going to entertain it. They're going for the Viego. Do you think it's going to be Viego jungle?
Jungle here.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's the Viego jungle. I'm kind of surprised they didn't pick 80 carry here.
Okay.
You know, since Venture, they already showed their bot lane. You'd think, other than possibly getting the Viego banned, you would think they would just go ahead and pick the 80 carry.
True.
And also, Gwen banned, which I don't think Gwen's really played mid that much. Are they scared of the Gwen mid, or is that just like a pocket pick that they want to get rid of? Because I mean, the Gnar can really only go top lane. I don't think I've ever seen Gnar go anywhere else. So
true.
Unless they were scared of a Gwen mid, you know, I think a little questionable on the drafting from SCD here. I think they definitely picked.
Damn.
You know, an 80 carry here. You know, since the Jinx and the Alistar already showed, but we'll see what they have in their cards here. Akali and Yasuo coming from Venture, so they're already trying to ban out the mid lane here for these last 2 picks.
Yeah.
Since they've already showed most of their picks besides mid and 80 carry.
Very true. I mean, yeah, they have the Lulu support, like you said, so yeah, mid and 80 carry are the only 2 left, and the Ashe is going to be the one that goes and combines with the Lulu. That's a disgusting combo right there. The slows are going to be immense.
We did tell him to do it.
He did ask, so I didn't know if he was actually going to do it or not. He was like, what's your preference? I was like, Ashe. Yeah. Absolutely do that.
Katana just kind of playing for the casters, I guess. You know, he's trying to fuel us.
Oh, EOS, get out of here.
Play Ashe.
Nah,
So we'll
Ash
see what
is
happens with
disgusting
that.
right now. He is, or she is, I'm sorry, a wonderful ADC. And Orianna's actually going to go ahead and be met. Venture's going to go ahead and pick that for their mid lane. And let's see what the last one with their jungler is going to be. Follow up by the
Yeah,
mid
I
lane.
like that. I like that they were confident picking that first,
Mhm.
and they were probably a lot more comfortable with the calling the Yasuo out. They don't have those assassins to take down the Orianna, so they're probably a little safer to pick that comfort or control mage mid. And then now I'm
Ooh,
assuming
Poppy
it's like
jungle.
Poppy jungle.
Yeah, that's definitely Poppy jungle.
Yeah.
100% Poppy jungle. That is going to be fun. Poppy jungle is going to be really good lockdown, especially with Predator. I'm assuming that they're going to go ahead and go Predator. Why wouldn't they with Riverwalk? I mean, your ganks, you can't jump out of it. So even if you're Wukong, you try to dash away, isn't going to happen. Only thing that you really have defensive-wise is going to be a Lulu Polymorph. And then we have a Kennen is going to be the top laner here for the side of Stupid Team
Yeah,
Diff.
it's
So
a very all-in comp coming from SCD. I think if they lose early to mid game, it's just kind of over. So I think they really need to
wait a second. Wukong
get a couple
jungle,
picks.
Kennen mid, Viego top.
I honestly think that Wukong will stay top, and then Viego and Kent will. Yeah, no, honestly, all three of those could be interchangeable. I have no idea.
Yeah, what on earth is happening? All right, whatever. I mean, you guys are seeing it here live. I mean, I genuinely don't know if it's going to be Kennen top, Wukong, or Viego. I expect to see Kennen mid out of all of the choices here. See Viego in the jungle, Wukong in the top, just like you. But it could be Viego top, Wukong jungle, Kennen mid still. Or it could be Kennen top, Wukong mid, Viego jungle. I mean, the possibilities are endless, you know what I mean? As to what that is. But I'm going to go ahead and start predictions for you all. Let's go ahead and see game one. And speaking of predictions, who are you going with for game number one here?
Honestly, just based on team comp, I think just on safety, I'm going to go with Venture, just because I really like their front-to-back team comp. It's very safe. If they play just standard the whole game, they will win. But if SCD gets any picks in the early mid game and then just capitalizes on their lead, then I think they'll have a good chance, because they definitely have the very aggressive team comp.
Okay.
5-man, they want to get those big engages, but I think if they have so much engage with the Poppy and Alistair that if they can't get any of those good engages, it's just over. So just based on safety, I'm going to go with Venture. But, I want SE to win just because I love their aggressive team comp.
Understandable.
So,
yeah, no, this is, I mean, it's going to be good. So overall, who are you giving your points to? Finger on the button.
I'm giving 500 to Venture just because I really like their front-to-back team comp. They have to play safe early, because I think SCD definitely has the early game.
True.
They have early game damage, especially with Viego Wukong. That level 2-3 is really disgusting.
Right.
So we'll see what happens, but I think it's really the early to mid game is definitely in SCD's hands.
Okay.
They're going to be the ones having to make all the decisions, because I don't think Venture's going to want to play too aggressive with their comp.
Okay, and it turns out we were correct with the Kennen mid, Viego in the jungle, and Wukong in the top lane is actually what had happened. So permaband, Wukong top versus the Pug is Lost Gnar in the top lane. I do like that. I mean, like you said, it's going to be about getting picks. They do have like a disgusting team comp, kind of. Between the Wukong Kennen ultis, come level 6, it's going to be good. It's definitely going to be up to the Alistar Gnar to try to lock down anything or stop their engage overall, because right as soon as Kennen goes in, Alistar either has to headbutt Kennen away so that way the AoE ultimate just doesn't affect everybody, or Orianna's going to go ahead and have to control the situation, do the ball onto Alistar itself. When they both go in, he headbutts, shockwaves into everybody, and then go ahead and have Poppy just pop everyone's ass away, if they're on important objectives or things like that. I love both of these. The possibilities are completely endless with the amount of combos that they can do. It's just how's it gonna play out? How are they going to be the ones to play this out? So I do have predictions live. It looks like we have already about 13,000 points given up in prediction right now. So thank you to everybody who's tuned in today. Primus and myself, Rylionn. we'll be casting. This is game number 1. Team Venture is going to be starting on blue, and it is going to be Stoopid Team Diff starting on red. I'm going to go ahead and give us a little bit of a break because we have that spectator delay, so we'll be back in just a couple of minutes here. And thank you so very much once again. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is your boy Rylionn and Primus here, of course. The game is going to go ahead and start now in just the next couple of moments. And yeah, once again, I went ahead and put my money on Team Ventures for number 1, only because I just really like that Alistar combo. I'm not even going to front like that. Alistar Orianna, like sometimes just people forget how strong Alistar really is, especially late game. Not to mention the Jinx is disgusting. Though my heart belongs to Ashe, and Ashe early game, if she's able to go ahead and, you know, get out a little bit, and it's done deal by that point. It is completely done. So, I mean, that's just my personal opinion, but once again, how are you feeling?
I really like SC's comp just on the potential. You know, they have so much ability to pick and, you know, go for the backline. I just think once it gets to mid-late game, if they don't have a pretty sizable lead, it's going to be very hard for them. You know, you've got a Jinx with Cleanse. You've got the Poppy and Alistair. So I think it's going to be tough, but I really can't say anything until this early game is done. So I think we're really going to have an idea of where this game's going to go at that 10-minute mark.
Understandable. No, that definitely makes sense to me. And, I mean, it's really just about communication is really key overall. I mean, we've both played inside these kinds of situations. And, I mean, explain the chat a little bit. Like, how different is it playing in a private 5v5 match versus, like, a streamed live 5v5 match? Do you feel any pressure, especially at first whenever you're, like, not used to it at all?
Yeah, and I had a conversation with both teams for the game. Talking to Ventures. I guess the game's taking a little while to load, but
Yeah, I know. I was like,
I had a conversation with them. Like, it's very different, especially compared to solo queue. Because some of the teams are like, okay, like who do we ban? Like, how do we know like what these teams are gonna play? And it's like you really don't know because that team 5 vs 5 is completely different than what someone will play normally. And yeah, there is more pressure. Like when you're in a 5v5, you're just playing. Let's say you're playing even ranked flex. Like you're just playing with 10 people on the map, whereas right now you're playing with people watching.
right.
And people are talking about everything you're doing yourself. So it's just it's an interesting matchup. Also, do you have a black screen as well?
Oh, yeah, mine's black. Yep, absolutely. Like, I love Riot Client. This is working out tremendously. I think it may be due to a pause potential. Can you find out if there was any pauses that were done in the beginning? Because there is that slight delay. But mine is still stuck here in the darkness and the fog of war. So hopefully this self-corrects very soon. Let's go ahead and do the time controls real quick. I mean, the play button is going, but there is nothing starting. That's kind of concerning.
Yeah, it's the first time this happened to me, at least for a spectator.
Yeah, spectators too as well.
Hopefully it's just someone didn't connect. But yeah, apologies for the stream. I don't know why this is happening.
Nor do I. It looks like both teams are in, but I don't know. Do you mind hopping into one of the Discords real quick?
Yeah, let me do that real quick and see what they are seeing.
All right, no worries. Well, for the time being, I guess we'll go ahead. I will put up a slight momentary pause. So we'll go ahead and put some music on for y'all real quick here. I appreciate you sticking with us. Sorry about the Riot Client issues, but some things you just can't plan for. Sorry about that again, but hold on one moment for me, and we'll be right back with you.
So they've already started. The game's good. illegal Legos.
Game hasn't been up yet. That's okay. There you go. So, unfortunately, when it allowed us to come back in because of that little riot crash there, we're going to start at the 4-minute mark. It looks like that is already in Venture's hands at the very beginning here, 1-0.
4 minutes.
Yep, it looks like Oriana picked up that first kill on Kennen. Don't know if it was from an invade or just a solo engage 1v1, but Kennen still has flash. Oriana does not. We're going to go ahead and pick it up from here, but yes, let's go ahead and begin it for you all. There you are. All right. So, Gitano already doesn't have any mana whatsoever, doing things that Ashe does in the very beginning with that lethal tempo. Oh, no, I'm sorry, fleeting footwork. That's interesting on Gitano. How do you feel about that versus the Jinx, who does have lethal tempo?
Honestly, I like the fleet on Ashe. You know, just based on the lane, because I don't think they're going to be playing too aggressive. You know, with the Lulu, she's going to be just playing held back. I think this is the one lane that they're not going to be aggressive in. I think this is kind of like their saving grace in case mid, top, and jungle aren't able to get any aggressive plays. And it's honestly probably better that Ashe does not shove the lane because they're going to want those ganks from Diego early. And I definitely think that based on what we're seeing top lane, Wukong's going to be, you know, pushing out top lane. So I think all the ganks are going to be on this mid and bot lane. So I think it'd be, you know, good for Gitano to not have this lane push. And as we see, you know, with this Kennen pushed in, that Arsenic Fox is immediately just going to go and try and gank. So
yeah, they are being very big bullies right now on the side of Stoopid Team Diff. I mean, you saw, like you said, Wukong on the top lane there, definitely having a lot of commanding trades here, it seems, overall. But it looks like Meganar, though, on Pug is Lost is definitely making up for some of that damage, though, whenever he is in regular Gnar form. And then, like we just saw in the mid lane there, Kennen, Mid King, is definitely not taking no crap from Oriana. He's like, all right, you may have gotten first blood, but don't get too cocky there. You know, Viego making his presence a little bit known. I definitely like that coming in for Arsenic Fox. Now the champions themselves between Viego and Poppy, you know, there is a very big difference between the two, but equal results, I feel like, nonetheless. And Permaban just went ahead and teleported to top lane there, so he does not have that available, while Pug is Lost still has not base. So the Warhammer picked up by Permaban, it looks like, on the Wukong. Very nice. Starting off strong, definitely going for that ability haste as well. There we go with the engage E. He's going to try to proc those Conqueror stacks just as much as possible. But
yeah, I mean, once the Wukong runs out of mana, there's really not much you can do against the Gnar.
Right.
I like how he's kind of holding this wave top, pretty much starting his freeze while he still has Fox in the wings. But Gnar's just gonna go ahead and Pug is just gonna go ahead and take that TP.
Ooh, very nice
and
trading happening, yeah.
Though, he had not been 6, and then
oh, here we go. The shockwave's going to go ahead and go off. Flash forward coming in from Kennen. There goes the ultimate coming in, and down goes Gooey Mystic Shot to Mid King, and that is the reason why he is called the Mid King. He may have a little bit of a slow start, but overall he will be triumphant. Look at him go. I love that. I completely forgot what the name of Kennen's ultimate is. Slicing Maelstrom. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But yes. No, overall, great engage, great duel coming in from Gooey Mystic Shot. Try to take advantage, you know, try to catch him off guard with the shockwave, but, I mean, Mid King is just always on standby. Went ahead, flashed forward like a Chad into the Oriana to go ahead and dodge the shockwave, or not the shockwave, the slowing ability. I don't know what it is at the top of the head right now, but that's what it was, and going ahead and getting that final proc off with the Q and just getting the kill overall. Great job from Mid King.
I was a little worried for him because he had not hit 6 yet when he was, you know, playing with fire without Oriana. Because he had gotten pretty extended from the minion wave, and he was still level 5 when he did that. So I was like, this is not the decision you want to make. But he hit 6 right as the shockwave came out, and then, you know, he knew that Oriana had blown her whole combo, so that, you know, Mid King felt the need to flash ult, you know, get that slicing maelstrom. So he felt comfortable. He knew he had the trade. So props to him.
Absolutely, no, and definitely. Another thing that was concerning was just the amount of minions on the side of Ventures that Gooey had. That definitely Mid King did not. So taking all those caster minions, you know, may not seem like a lot, but they do that 3 times in a row. That is a good chunk of your damage, you know, or your health bar. You're only level 6. Well, he's level 7 now. But at the time, wasn't even level 6 yet. Uh-oh, here we go. Arsenic Fox looking for a gank here into the mid lane. Gooey Mystic Shot's going to go ahead and flash forward. Flash comes in from Arsenic Fox, and down goes Gooey again to Mid King. He's going to pick up a second kill. Mid King is just not having it. He is relentless right now. He is on a roll. He's going to keep on going with it. Great job coming in from Arsenic Fox, getting the flash and securing it with the flash of his own. So great job.
Yeah, color casting in this league is almost impossible because every time I want to talk about something, there's some more shenanigans happening.
Hey, it's only been 3 kills at 9 minutes. That's not terrible. Remember, it used to be about 1 kill every minute. We'd have 9 kills at 9 minutes.
This is a slow start. You are correct, but you know, that's just how it is. You know, this league, you know, is typically pretty bloody. Pretty aggressive, and especially with SCD's team comp, they have to do that. They have to force these advantages, otherwise they're gonna have a tough time in the late game. So
Mid King's gonna go ahead and engage again onto Gooey. Mystic Shot does get the stun off. Very nice, great trade in the side of Mid King, I'm sorry. Ultimate. Oh, the shockwave barely misses. That is huge. Mid King doesn't have flash available, but he does have Slicing Maelstrom up. Now that I know what that name is, I'm never gonna stop using it.
Right. And
for the rest of this game.
Is just gonna clear for a bit and then recall and use that TP. The Orion teleport's almost up, so I'm assuming that's what's gonna happen. Kennen not having TP, so Orion, you know, able to safely probably farm this wave. So the Orion should be good. You know, I think burn a couple of pots to stay alive. Kind of worried about this Wukong though. He was in Lane Kingdom until, you know, Nar got that,
oh, here we go. Resi's going to go to engage onto Gitano. Gitano forced to flash out, and there goes the stun onto Zeagle, but it doesn't matter. There is so much CC on the side. There goes the E coming in from Parcel. Gnostic Strike's going to go ahead and pick up the kill onto Zeagle. That's exactly where you need these kills to go, especially to the overly dominant Jinx late game. So, you know, your AD carry needs to be carrying, and there she goes. Noxus Strike. Great engage coming in, though, from Parcel. I thought Parcel was going to go red and then go mid, maybe. But he even faked me out. Didn't pick up his own red. Went straight to bot lane. Saw that they were overpushed. Got the flash coming in from Gitano and the heal. Zeagle didn't have flash available, unfortunately. And Pug is Lost has been doing some great poking onto Permaband here into the top lane. Every time that we see a Panda top side, even though he's down by about 20 farm, it's always about 60% of Permaband's health is missing at like all times.
Yeah,
so
I will say that was a good trade for SCD though. They knew their bottom lane was not the focus right now. Their focus is in at the moment mid lane. Viego will probably start pathing top once this Gnar starts getting the lead on the Wukong. But Fox did get the dragon though, so they did trade dragon for a support kill.
Absolutely.
So I think overall this was a good trade for SCD. They still have a 800 gold lead. It's still 2-2 in kills. No towers taken. Plates look actually even. No one's taken a plate just yet. I think maybe top lane. I can't see with the Wukong, but still good trades for SCD. They're still up in farm. In top and mid and jungle. Viego is actually very ahead in farm, 90 to 58. So that's probably where most of that gold lead is, other than
yep, Noxus Strike stepping up a little bit too much. The polymorph does go off. Force use to cleanse. Knock up does go up, but doesn't have the lethal tempo. It doesn't matter. Zeagle's going to go ahead and die, though, to the Lulu this time. Parcel, though, there for a counter gank. Gitano getting real low. The knock up from the Poppy ultimate as well. They are sitting at 1 health, and down they go. Zeagle now running for her life, and she is probably going to get away. She has the slow, she has the speed ups. Meanwhile, mid lane, Arsenic Fox, Mid King's going to go ahead and flash forward. Gooey Mystic Shot's going to go ahead and get taken down. Viego forces the ulti along with Mid King, and it is going to be a 2-for-1, I believe, overall. You know, with Noxus Strike dying along with Gooey Mystic Shot. And now the lead is going to be slightly in the side of Stoopid Team Diff. It's about 19.5k gold to 18,000, so great job coming in. It's still a very close game. It could be anyone's game, and you know, Jinx is going to be the one that needs to get fed the most, but Mid King's doing a great job of shutting down Gooey Mystic Shot, making sure Orion is as relevant as physically possible, because that's going to be a big part of this team. The only AP damage as well, by the way.
That's the thing with this team comp for Ventures is they have 2 carries. The rest are kind of just there. Nar's there for being a bruiser and for the engages, but their real saving grace is just the Rylionn and Jinx. And if you take out one of those variables, so if you shut down Rylionn the entire game, then they really can only rely on this Jinx. And when you have a Wukong, Kennen, and Viego...
Oh, alright, Noxus Strike's going to go ahead and Gale force forward. Alright, I was like, hold on, there's not going to really be that extended. But yeah, no, they went at it. Oh no, Arsenic Fox is going to go ahead and take advantage of the overstepping Jinx there. And yeah, picks up the kill. Or Jinx picks up the kill. I'm sorry. Oh, no, it was Viego picking up Jinx's soul. Tricked me.
Right.
That was Arsenic picking up the kill, though, onto Noxus Strike. Very nice. I'm liking this.
Fed Viego can be pretty scary, because especially if like let's say the Fed Jinx dies and Viego picks up that soul, that's not going to be good for the side of Ventures. And
oh, the flash forward from Permaban along with the ultimate. Pug is lost, so is going to be going and hitting the Meganar form. Permaban now on the run, does have the second proc. No, he doesn't of the ultimate. It ran out, but he's going to go ahead, slam him into the wall to get that stun off right before going right back into miniature Gnar. And a lot of events happening, but no result from either one of them.
He did want to try and go for the E ult before he hit Meganar, because he knew that was his only avenue.
Right.
And he also dodged a really that W stun from Gnar, so played really well by Permavand. I think the only thing that's really stopping him is that mana pool. Gnar having a limited no mana, that's pretty tough for the Wukong, but he's playing it very well, managing his mana pool until forcing the Gnar to go back, and he's got this 20 CS gold lead, 20 CS lead. And
here it goes. Rezi's gonna go ahead and catch out the Lulu. Zeagle here forced to flash, uses the Hugify on herself. Doesn't matter. Noxus Strike's gonna go ahead and pick it up with the sniped kill from the Jinx rocket. Down they go. Gitano now forced to go into a 1v2 situation. Dragon is going to be up in just the next couple of seconds, and it is a Mountain Drake. And I believe this is going to be the first Drake picked up by Team Venture. More than likely.
Arsenic Fox is not anywhere near this drag. Although they do have the mid prio, and we do have TP on Wukong. So we'll see what they prioritize. Looks like they're prioritizing this mid tower.
Shockwave's going to go ahead and hit both Mid King and Arsenic Fox. And it looks like the tower's going to go ahead and focus them as well. Oh, Mid King looking real low. They're going to go ahead and flash forward underneath tower, but Gooey is going to go ahead and slow them, going ahead and picking up a nice amount of turret aggro as well. Rezi on the hunt now. Pug is last going to go ahead and circle around, flank them out of position. Misses the flash, pulverize, unfortunately. But that is all right. They're going to go ahead and back up. Lots was taken. Lots, not in just lives, but in terms of utility as well. The flash from Arsenic Fox. The ultimate from Kennen as well. And not only that, they did pick up their first dragon, which was going to be the Mountain Drake, which is super helpful. Especially that they have more tanks, the Gnar, the Poppy, the Alistar. This is going to be great for later game. And it is going to be, what soul is up? I cannot see. There's 4 minutes left, but I can't see what it is.
Yeah, I'm still not a fan of that mid dive that came from Fox and Mid King, because they had vision on Ventures taking that dragon. So they knew if they were unsuccessful in that dive that they were going to be taken out. But it looks like we have a dead Wukong. Perma's not getting out of this. Try as he may, that is a dead Wukong. But I mean, they had the vision on all the members being at drag. If they had an unsuccessful dive, like they did, and they should have known Orianna had flash. So I don't think that was the move to force that mid lane, dive. They could have, put some pressure on the tower and then backed off. I think they really should have contested Dragon. This team comp needs those early fights, so I think they really should have focused that drag fight.
Well, Arsenic Fox though looking for a pick here onto the top lane. Sorry about that. Pug is lost. Is almost at the Meganar form. Ulti forward from Arsenic Fox to go ahead and close the gap. He's real low. Meganar's right around the corner. There he is. He's going to go ahead and pop it. Parcel also looking for top side. He did go ahead and already use his engage teleport coming in from Orianna though for some support. Oh, I'm sorry, Kennen coming in on Wukong, I'm so sorry. Kennen coming into the mid lane, though, onto Gooey, goes ahead, Mid King is going to go ahead and snipe him down. Meanwhile, to the bot lane as well, Zeagle running around for the time of her life. Ignite is not going to be enough. Double kill on over to Gitano. It looks like everyone decided to attack at once on both sides. Jesus. And yeah, a lot has happened.
Commented on that. This may have been the first time I've seen where we've got a fight in literally every lane, top, mid, bottom. Everything was going on. We can only have one camera.
Yeah.
You know, we luckily saw, you know, the Kenny kill the Orion, and then we got to see the end of the Ashe Lulu beating the Jinx Alistair, which is really good for them because I think they've been kind of struggling a little bit in this lane,
right,
you know, with those Poppy ganks.
Uh-oh, it looks like we have a nice engage from Gitano, though. I'm sorry, not from Gitano. Permaban, he's going to go ahead and pop the ultimate as well. Meganar is about to give up. Permaban has now run out of anything. Doesn't matter, the Divine Sunder is going to come out, and he does get the kill shut down. Also going to go on over to Oriana, going to kill Gitano there. Very nice. 2 members for 2 members so far. Mid King now looking in a 1v2 situation, but Arsenic Fox not too far behind. Is not going to be able to get the stun off. Unfortunately, Rezi is there going to be providing some kind of support. Pulverize does go down. Headbutt, I think, was already used, so she couldn't go ahead and do that, but great job from Rezi to protect him. Neon Strike, you got to back up there a little bit, bud. You went ahead and just got protected.
That was a 2 for 2, team-wise.
Yeah, like across the map, 2 for 2, but not into the fight itself. I mean, there was a kill on top side, so Gnar did get taken. Oriana was taken down there in the bot lane, but overall, you know, still even across the map. It's 8-10. Gold lead heavily into the side of Stoopid team favor right now by about 3k gold. Most of that is on, as you can probably see here, in the mid lane, about a 700 gold lane, or 700 gold difference. Alright, I guess it's not that big. It's slightly ahead on all parties, so everyone on the side of Stoopid Team Diff is ahead gold-wise versus Team Venture, but, you know, if you look at it, prior to the double kill that ADC just got there on Gitano, Jinx I'm going to give the advantage to later in game. Once she gets Runin's Hurricane, uh-oh, Mid King, though, looking to maybe get a snipe here. They are able to get the tier 1 bot tower, but at what cost?
There's the TP from the Gnar.
Yep.
Wukong does not have TP, so they're just going to have to let this ride. 3 bottom lane, but SCD should be trying to get some Baron vision. It is just now 20 minutes in the game. Mid getting kind of caught out.
Yep, the flash forward coming in, forced to hit the stopwatch as well. Very nice. Rezi is going to go ahead and try to stop him as much as possible. The stun's going to go off. Nice Maelstrom coming in from Mid King. They'll allow the damage to come through, but it doesn't matter. Killing spree goes on over to Nostrик right before he dies, and here comes Arsenic Fox for some kind of support, but at what cost? The Hutrify comes in from Lulu there at the very last moment. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. A triumph. The ultimate's coming through. Unstoppable. Arsenic Fox is going to get away at the sliver of health, and the team gap ace is going to go on over to Stoopid Team Diff right before the Dragon's going to be taken, all before third Drake. Unreal. I mean, the Lulu was really the key factor there in that whole fight. Zeagle, if it wasn't for the clutch ass ultimate, Wild Growth, thank you, I keep on calling it Hugify, it's Wild Growth, coming in from Zeagle.
No, for the rest of the game it is only Hugify. We are contact right, we're changing the name of the ability.
Excellent.
Way better than Wild Growth.
We have the team gap petition.
That was amazing by him. Great start by Mid King. You know, he probably played a little unsafe at the beginning, not really respecting the range of ventures and the ability for them to engage on him, but he still got that splicing Maelstrom on the whole team. He did so much damage to the whole team, and then, you know, they didn't have Wukong in the fight either. That was basically a 4 vs 5.
True.
This is why I was saying early game they should have fought for this first dragon, because as you saw, they have such an great...
Pug is lost, going to go ahead and bait out Parcel. The E is not going to connect with the wall, unfortunately. Zonia's is going to be popped to go ahead and save a little bit of time. And now it's a 3v1 situation. Mid King is looking real low. He's at a sliver left. He's doing what he can, doing a great job kiting, but the Mega Gnar is going to come out, and the Kobe downtown sniped, coming in from Pug is lost to get Mid is King. Or Mid King, I'm sorry. But... are they able to take Baron off of this? Oh, the flash forward from Wukong onto Nox's strike. Jinx is going to be taken down with no problem. Gitano's actually going to go ahead and kill steal that, but that is alright. ADC needs more kills anyways. Only has a Kraken Slayer at the moment. Let's see if either team tries to go ahead and move on to Baron. No, they will not. Mid King being down along with Noxus being down, that's a lot of damage for both sides, but it doesn't matter. They're going to go ahead and fight into the jungle anyways. Rezi forced to pop the ultimate as well. Pug is lost, doesn't have Mega Gnar just yet, is getting very close, but it doesn't matter. Permaban's going to dive underneath tower back up there. They do still respect the mid tier 2 tower at the moment. Wait for those minions to pop off, and let's see if they're going to go ahead and take this right now before Jinx can go ahead and arrive. 2 seconds
and
left.
They really needed to respect SCD there because they did not have the Ornate, they didn't have the Jinx. So good on Ventures for at least prolonging that fight and peeling the rest of SCD because they did not want to fight there. They didn't have the Ornate, they didn't have the Jinx.
Right.
They have no damage there.
Absolutely.
So I think that's where SCD is going to get their win. Because, I mean, as you look from the scoreboard, all of the deaths are mostly on the Oregon and Jinx, which is why I really like what SCD has done so far. They've been prioritizing their picks on the carries. They've been trying to shut down them as much as possible because that's where they're going to get their win condition. Their win condition is literally, can we pick off the Oregon and Jinx? Otherwise, I don't think they'll win any fights late game. But I do have to have a little bit of criticism for Mid King. I think he's, he has the 4 deaths on Kennen that I think some of them were avoidable because he's been kind of playing too far forward. He's been trying a little bit too aggressive and not respecting the other team. And I know he was super ahead early, but like he died top lane and they didn't really get much else until they got the Jinx kill, but we got another fight mid lane with R6 Fox getting cut out.
Yeah, he is getting real low here. Oh my god, the Hugify coming through clutch again. There goes Permaban's going to go ahead and ulti onto the backline there. Not much is going to come from it though. Rezi's not going to go ahead and pop the ultimate as well. He's going to hop in the middle, but no one is there to follow up with any kind of damage. Noxus Strikes are going to be taken down from Mid King. Very nice focus onto the backline there. Meganar is going to go ahead and take out Lulu. Very nice. That's going to be a double kill on over for the side of Stoopid Team Diff, but they are not done just yet. Teleport also coming through onto the bot lane. Gooey is now stuck in a 4v1 situation, and now it is 4 kills for 1 on the side of Stoopid Team Diff. They are playing it so well right now.
And my criticism, or I guess my pregame was, if SCD plays slow and they play careful, they should be fine. Just wait till late game. And they've been getting caught out. Like their carries, we have 7 deaths on Orianna, we have 6 deaths on Jinx. Their win condition was play safe, play to late game, we have front to back. Don't play towards the SCD win condition, which is get picks on the carries. They've not been playing like that. Orianna and Jinx have been getting caught out this entire game.
That is true.
So like I really can't say anything other than really good on SCD for getting those picks, and that's the reason why they're up 2 dragons. They're up 8k gold, 9 they're up 9 kills because of these picks. And they weren't even ahead in the laning phase outside of CS. Like the bot lane was looking very good. In the first, I'd say like 5 minutes, Orianna was ahead until R6 Fox decided to pressure mid, which is where the Orianna started getting behind. So I really think that SCD was playing really good on their advantages. They knew they had to, Kennen was going to have a tough laning phase, but they have to put pressure on his lane, and I think they've done that really well. Absolutely,
and it looks like we're going to have a 5v5 here for the 4th dragon of the game, and it looks like Mid King's going to go ahead and start the dragon. Actually, a lot of damage, a lot of aggro coming in from the Hex Tech onto Mid King, so he's going to have to back up there a little bit. They are going to go ahead and keep on poking it down, though. There goes the plant popped on over from Permaban. He's going to go ahead and ulti onto the back line, or front line, actually, more than likely. The shield's coming in from Lulu. The Chana's just going to sit there into the back line. Very nice. Mid King, nice shockwave coming in from the side of Ventures. Jinx is still alive, barely. The heals are coming through clutch. That's 4 members down for 1. Jatano now running for his life. That was a huge turnaround from the side of Ventures, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Quadra kill on over to Gooey Mystic shot. What tremendous focus coming in, and a team gap ace coming in from the side of Ventures. That was unreal. Great job. And they're going to pick up the 4th dragon, the Hextech dragon. That's going to get them not on soul point on the side of Stoopid Team Diff. They got huge bounties from all the members and the bounty from the dragon as well. I mean, this is the comeback gold the league system has implemented for Season 12, and this is the reason why these games are going to get crazier and crazier the later this goes. If they cannot close it out by 20 minutes.
As I was complimenting SCD for their plays, we are at 27 minutes. That's when I said we have to be careful. This team, SCD, they are very front to back. Wukong, Viego, and Kennen were all very segmented when they were trying to take down the Jinx. They tried to take down the Jinx one by one, so like they went in, couldn't get the Jinx. One went in, tried to get the Jinx. One in, when you really have to have two try. You have to blow up this Jinx immediately. Otherwise, you have the Poppy, you have the Alistar, you have the Gnar trying to get them off the Jinx, and then Jinx Noxstrife flash out, and you couldn't get to him. And then basically everything crumbled because now all of these tanks, all these frontline are getting items.
Gooey's gonna go ahead and get caught out by Jatana. Let's see if the stun's gonna last long enough. Arsenic Foxo does some serious damage. There is no Zonias yet, and shutdown. That's a lot of Dark Seal stacks getting taken away, and a huge shutdown plus double buffs on now back to Arsenic Fox. That is big. Though there's nothing on the map that he can really capitalize on, it's still the gold. Not what you need to do.
Yeah, we still have a 5k gold lead on SCD. They still have control of the game, but I think as we go forward, it's going to be harder for them. Wukong can't kill this Gnar anymore. You know, he has the Warrior Boots, he has the Thorn Mail, he has this Sunder. He is not easy to kill.
Oh, here we go. Kennen is going to go ahead and engage onto the bot lane with Zeagle. Looks like Zeagle's down to half health. Noxus Strike is going to go ahead and back them up as well. That DPS is coming through, but at what cost? There's a lot of damage coming back from the side of Mid King as well. Arsenic Fox is there for support. Back them up into the 3v3 situation. The tier 2 bot lane tower looking at about 5% health. They have to back up. It's a 4v3 now. Orianna, she just got back up, so she is able to even out this fight. Zeagle and Mid King both looking real low. They're both going to back off for the time being right now. Wait for those timers to go off. They still have about 2 minutes for the Baron and another 2:40 for the next Dragon. It is once again a Hextech Soul, and they're doing everything they can for the time being to keep these towers up and alive. I like the wave clear coming in from the side of Ventures. I mean, Gooey Mystic Shot, Noxus Strike, Pug is lost. Like, they have such great wave clear, such easy wave clear. Not that on the side of Stoopid Team Diff doesn't. It's just easier. Oh, here we go. Puzzle might get caught out by Mid King. He is going to go ahead and yordle his way out on over there. Stun does pop through, but the shield's going to come in through Gooey. And they're going to go ahead and back on off. This is pretty big. Forced to back. If not back, then she's going to fight with about 40% health. Camera really loves Mid King's traveling right now. Solo through that jungle. I don't know why I was so fixated on that. But, yeah. Overall...
Yeah, once again, I'm still soft. I guess I'll just have to be louder, which, no problem for me. But, yeah, honestly, like, that really good play by both teams right now. They're playing towards their strengths. I think it's really going to come down to, are they going to...
Oh, it looks like nice, very nice. Chitano's going to go ahead and get that point blank stun, so it's not going to last too long, as the Ash stuns vary depending on how far the arrow travels, for those of you that do not know that out there. And that Hawkshot's going to go ahead and see everybody on the map, though, so they know all 5 members there are in mid. Barely a health bar left on both the mid and bot lane tier 2 towers. Top lane's going to be pushing in, it looks like, into the side of red, or might just be canceling out. Okay, Pug is lost, getting poked down slightly. Nice damage coming in from Mid King and Zeagle. I like the poking that everyone's doing on either side before these important team fights. It's just prolonging them. Jitano said, okay, this thing only has two hits left. I'm going to go ahead and take care of it myself. Rezi is going to go ahead and get engaged. Actually, I'm sorry, Pug is lost if you go ahead and engage. Nice stun against the wall. The double stun is going to come out. Jitano forced to flash and heal over wall. Parcel shot to follow up, but not in time. But Jitano is going to kite as much as possible. Permaban forced to flash. The Jinx Rocket is going to miss as well. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, we do have Kennen and Lulu on their way up there for the flank. A lot was used. Unfortunately, no picks on either side just yet. Mid King there now makes his way into the battle itself. Doesn't pick off anybody with the Maelstrom just yet. Alright, it looks like.
Does have Dragon Prow. Dragon will be coming in, I think, at least a minute.
About 15 seconds. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that Dragon will be coming soon. Looks like everyone's going to back, you know, because a lot was burned for that fight. We'll see what happens, but we have TPs for Wukong and Gnar and Orianna. So this Dragon fight could be coming fairly soon. Looks like SD is going to go ahead and start it, but we do still have 2 TPs on the side of Ventures. They might get here too late. They might...
Yeah, they're going to get that.
They're now on soul point, so they still do have that win condition. They're up 6k gold. Kennen's still strong. He's actually hard to kill, you know. I was trying to fix my mic for a little bit, but I did want to comment on Kennen's items because he did get into that skirmish with Nox Strike, and he still has Hextech and Zonia, so he's not, you know, a hyper carry glass cannon. He still is, you know, some armor and health to keep him alive in these fights.
Right.
So he's not going to get immediately blown up For now, but he also isn't full damage. I think the cannon's mostly for CC, and most of the damage is going to come from this Viego and Ashe.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Katana and Arsene Fox are able to get in these fights. And I think Fox is really where they're able to get through. I mean, 515 on Viego. He's up 50 CS. The jungle diff is huge right now. Probably playing more of that supportive role, but I think Fox is really going to be the one to carry a lot of these fights. Katana maybe a little cut out here.
Yeah, Titano's looking by himself. Rezi, I'm surprised Rezi did not engage that. Maybe they were hesitant, thinking it was a bait, and they didn't want to fight a 3v5 or a 4v5 situation, knowing that Orianna was topside. Still, it would have been a really good pick, because little did they know Wukong is on bot lane right now. But yes, this Baron is going to be very important. It looks like Gooey is going to keep on pushing out that top lane there, trying to get maybe the gold bounty on the tier 1 top lane tower. Put a little bit more gold in their pockets. That should be, evening them out here soon. I mean, there's still a 6k gold lead on over to the side of Stoopid Team Diff, so maybe not going away anytime soon, actually.
Yeah, and I have to praise SE right now for their laning and their minion managing, because I mean Wukong's up almost 40 CS, Viego's up almost 50 CS, and then mid and bot are even. So that's where a good chunk of that gold lead is from, outside of the kills. So I mean, good for them. Gnar trying to survive the Wukong did very well. He's had Pug has had a lot of good engages, especially that really good Gnar ult in the mid lane. Just wasn't able to capitalize on those kills. Luckily, that Gnar also prolonged the dragon. SE still eventually got it, but I liked what he was trying with that. He's trying to get the engage on the carries. The problem with SE right now is all of their team outside of Lulu does a good amount of damage, so hitting out is dangerous.
Oh, we have double engage here in the mid lane. Mid King's going to go ahead and engage onto the Rezi and the Nox Strike, and unfortunately Mid King and Jatana are both going to get taken out quite early. Arsene Fox, though, is now alone in a 1v4 situation. That's going to be 3 members down, and this is huge, right? Baron is right there. When Wukong was pushing out into the bot lane, and it was a 5v4 situation, that would have been the perfect time for them to go ahead and engage.
What's going to happen is they're just going to trade Inhib for Baron, which is the best that they can do. Both teams were split, but the 4-man against the...
They're not even going to get the inhib. Orianna's going to be able to block everything. That's ridiculous.
I think they'll at least be able to take a tower. I don't know if they'll be able to get... Well, because they don't have the ban recall, so I don't think... They shouldn't... I guess they'll still get the inhib.
Oh, no, yeah, they get it. Yeah, he's strong.
They should scoot on out of there. Taking the Hextech portal. Lulu might be in trouble. Gonna take the flash out with Zeagle. I will say, at least for SE, that was the best, I guess, outcome they could have come with after losing that fight, was they can at least get the inhib.
Absolutely.
But top and mid are still pushing for ventures. All they have to do is push out this mid wave or this bot wave, and then use the Baron to their advantage. I'm assuming at least a 4-1 scenario, so they can kind of just play how they want before this dragon. Push out these waves, get prio, get these wards down.
Not only that, like EOS is mentioning as well, the bonus gold coming in from the supers as well. That's huge. So they know that bot lane's going to be funneling, and it's not like they're going to allow it to go ahead and take out the Nexus towers. So that's just going to be a lot of gold for the next couple of minutes, just funneling into either the Orianna or the Jinx. Jinx is still a little bit underwhelming at the moment. I think she might be going towards a Lord Dominic's, which I kind of agree with, but I think she should go maybe Bloodthirster more so at the moment. Try to get that survivability.
I agree, because there's no tanks on this team.
Yeah.
Even Wukong is kind of bruiser, but other than that, Viego and Wukong being more bruisers, but there's no...
Zeagle is looking real low, and oh my god, the shockwave took out Zeagle at half health. This is going to be a third dragon to look at, possibly on the side of Ventures here. Yes, it is. So 3 for 3. That means next dragon is going to be soul for either one. They're both on soul point right now. That is huge. Great job from Gooey. Dear God.
Yeah, that was kind of gross. That Lulu was at half health. That was one shockwave.
Yeah, Zeagle was at half
Still
health.
got one tower, but that's honestly probably a dead Wukong.
Oh, Gooey Mystic Shot also making his way down, or up to top lane to meet Permaban. Pugs' loss is there as well. Both flash underneath tower. The Sterix Gauge shield is going to go off, but is it going to be enough? No, it is not. Pug is last, is going to go ahead and pick that up. Jinx throwing that friendly rocket just in case he tried to escape, but nope.
I don't think Pug was lost. I think he was found.
Oh yeah, Pug was definitely found.
There was no getting after that Wukong, which I like that he got that tower. I mean, you know, he was waiting for that TP, and then he saw the Lulu died, and you really can't fight that 4v5 at that drag with the team comp on Venture. So he got the tower. Did he overstay? Possibly. I think he should have probably expected them to come immediately to take out the Wukong, but doing his best getting the tower, but very good for Ventures. They've closed this gold gap because they were what, like 8K difference.
Now now it's about 2.5K.
2.5, yeah. So this is what worried me. This is why I talked about these team comps at the beginning, because they have very defined team comps. We have the aggressive pick comp from SED, and then we have this safe front to back from Ventures. We will see if that front to back will be good for Ventures. If they play it right and keep this Rylionn and Jinx alive, I think they should win most of the team fights. You put CC on the Viego and he can't get that soul back, he's not going to be able to do much. Wukong, definitely his damage falls off late game. If that Cannon cannot get to that Jinx or Rylionn and blow them up, then their team fight's over. If you blow up one of the either Arsenic Fox or Mid King, it's pretty much a done deal. Because I mean, yes, Ashe is a very good AD carry. She has the arrow. She has the
Oh, here we go. Chano's gonna go in and engage with the ultimate as well, but nope, doesn't matter. Nobody else can follow those Jinx traps. Are able to just keep them zoned out. Dear God.
Yeah, but the DPS is not gonna compare between the Jinx and the Ashe. It's just not the same. Like the DPS from Jinx late game is just so much more than Ashe that. If you keep that Jinx alive, the Ashe is not going to make a difference whatsoever. So
that's true.
I think that SE needs to circle back, try and get more vision, because it looks like they're losing their vision on the top side, especially. They still have bot vision, but if they want to take out Ventures, I think they need more vision on this top side. They need to take over the vision. They need to get picks, because now they really can't 5 vs 5. And most of these fights lately have been split. It's been 3 vs 4, 1v4, 4 vs 1. Very split. We haven't had a real 5v5 in honestly probably like 10 minutes. But I don't think that SED can win this 5 vs 5 anymore. I think they really need to go for picks. It looks like they're still winning the tower game. They still have that inhib down bot that just respawned. But it's still open. So they're still winning tower gold wise, but that can easily sway with one good team fight. So they have to be really careful with these team fights. You got to get the Jinx, you got to get Orianna. Otherwise, especially with this Orianna, having 9 kills now, full build, that is scary. So they have to be really careful, because we don't really have any big.
Oh, here we go. The flash ultimate coming in from Gooey Mystic Shot. Yep, Shockwave is done, but Zeagle did flash out of there as well. Great reaction from Zeagle. And yeah, I definitely don't disagree. One thing that I wish that Jinx was picking up. Oh, nice flash coming in from Mid King as well to stop the teleport on Pug is Lost. And he's going to go and get the kill on to Pug is Lost as well at the cost of his own life. Zeagle now on the run and dies. The Jinx rockets are just too big. She is the hyper carry that we said she would become. And that is going to be 2 members down for just 1 on the side of Venture. But yes, Permaban is going to go ahead and split push it in the bot lane. He takes out one of the Nexus towers. Is he going to keep on going? No, he's going to. Yeah.
I mean, that's not the worst trade if this Wukong doesn't die. They got a Nexus tower, and now they're wasting time chasing this Wukong as Drag's about to spawn. So if SE is able to, at least control the vision on this Drag, they have the prio. Bot lane's pushed, mid lane's kind of pushed. They should have prio on the vision, but it's still a 3 vs 4. So.
And Permaban just used ulti right now, so Wukong no ultimate. That's insane.
Yeah, the entire set of Ventures has all their ultimates. It's a 4 versus 3. There's no way
Oh.
they're gonna even.
Yeah, Jinx is too strong. Look at that. Yeah, blue team slammed the dragon. They took that, so they have the Hextech Soul. That is pretty nice. They have some extra damage there throughout. Elder is going to be up in 6 minutes, if we even make it that far.
It's kind of like a Static Shiv, right?
Correct.
Where it's just like extra damage on his. Okay.
You also get more ability haste, I think.
Didn't Riot like disable the Kimtech?
Yes.
I wish we could have seen that.
No, that dragon is so dumb.
So broken, but I wanted to see it. Just one.
Probably.
But yeah, so Avengers, they got their soul. They're where they want to be. This 2K gold lead is nothing at this point because they have the front to back. They just got to keep their carries alive, and every team fight is theirs. I'm assuming about to get some Baron vision. All they're missing is the Gnar. Everyone's around this Baron. They know what's happening. It's gonna be who engages first scenario.
Gnar doesn't have teleport either, so I don't know what he's doing on bot lane.
I think he's just holding the wave, and I think they're just trying to hold this Baron. I don't know what Venture's doing, because they had the Baron crowd. But, like, yeah, I mean, you are right. They're missing a Nexus Tower bot. They're missing, you know, all those supers in the bottom lane. They need someone to clear that wave. I would have said Orianna because you're right. She does have that teleport. Gnar does not.
Right.
So that might be a dead Wukong though. They're pinging
yeah, they're collapsing onto the Wukong. He's gonna go ahead and do the invisibility. Pops the ultimate as well, but he's getting chucked down quite heavily. Permaband is now on the run. Yeah, they are starting. He does get slowed. Procs the ultimate again. See if he can W out of there. No, he cannot. He is gonna die, unfortunately. Oh my god, the Poppy's gonna go ahead and take out the Ashe immediately. Gitano's gonna go ahead and have the Guardian's Angel, but to no avail. He's gonna be killed a second time quite easily. That is 3 members dead now for the side of Stoopid Team Diff. 0 on the side of excuse me. 0 on the side of Ventures. And yeah.
We got the Wukong. So it was a 1 for 3 and SCD got Baron. Not the best trade because only the Ken and Lulu now have Baron.
Right.
They might be able to use these. Oh, that was a really good view by Kennen. That Shuriken was hurting, but they should be able to use these to maybe wait for the timers. Probably not. We're probably losing this mid tower. They will keep the inhib.
Absolutely.
I'm assuming the side of Ventures is gonna back and probably clear the jungle. You know, don't leave all that free gold for the side of SCD. Yeah, and that basically brought the gold lead almost even. Now,
yeah.
SCD's only up 700 gold, so that 8k gold is slowly
dwindling.
Down.
Yeah, dwindling away.
And this is what I was worried about, because SCD can't really fight them anymore. They have to play the side lanes and play for picks. I don't think they're really going to get any objectives. I think when Elder Dragon spawns, they're going to lose that fight unless they are able to kill the Orianna Jinx at the beginning, or maybe pick off the Poppy so that there's no smite. But even then, oh, mid king maybe getting a little ballsy.
Yes, he is. Here comes the Ashe arrow on the back line, so that's not going to be up for just a little bit. Oh, the Jinx rocket's going to connect as well.
So, yeah, ADC shooting their across the map ultimate.
Oh, Pug is lost, getting caught out here by Permaban. It looks like lots of damage coming through. Arctic Fox lingering in the jungle, but Parcel is going to go ahead and catch him out. Pug is lost, taking some serious damage in the Mega Gnar farm. Not going to last much longer. He does have the backing of his teammates, though. Rezi's going to go ahead and go take a jog through jungle. Try to get that flank action happening, but no, they're going to be able to escape. Permaban. Take that Gromp out with him.
Outside of mid, I'm kind of surprised. SC has had top and bot push this whole time. I mean, obviously having no tower bot lane, that they're able to let that push, but really good wave management by the side of SD for at least milking this 47-minute game.
Yeah.
This is an hour. I'm gonna die, but this is a nail biter. This is very close.
And this is game 1.
Yeah, this is only numero uno of 3, possibly. And in case the viewers don't know, this is a 3-game series, so you have to win 2 to win the series. So if Ventures or SC were winning this one. They have to win another to win the series.
Correct.
So potentially this could be a 3-game series. I'm hoping it's not 50-minute games, 3 times in a row. But it's Friday. I got nowhere to be. I'm here for Team Gap. You know how it is.
Oh, here we go. Mid King is going to go ahead and engage onto Rezi and to Neon Strike. Solo pops the Zonias as well. Both down to about 15. 5% health. Shutdown goes on over to Mid King. Actually, Arsenic Fox is going to get the shutdown onto Orion as well. There goes Gooey Parcel now looking by himself. Mid King's going to pick up a double kill. Very nice. And this looks like to be the beginning of the end. 3 for 0 on the side of Stoopid Team Diff. Rezi at about 20% health right now, looking to try to escape, but I don't think that they're going to be able to do so.
With the gangster, like, side shuriken, like, I'm just going to throw
Unbelievable. Pug is lost, trying to defend as much as possible for the time being, but I don't think he can. Those timers are way too long. It is a 50-minute game. Meganar is out. Let's see if he's able to whip out some ridiculous ultimate. No, he is not. He's going to go ahead and polymorph, and down he goes immediately. Gitano's going to pick up the ace. Team Gap ace in game number 1 on over to Stoopid Team Diff. That is it. Unreal. Game number 1.
That was a game.
That was a game.
That was a nail biter.
That was a game.
Jeez. Well, once again, I predict and I'm wrong. I need to stop predicting.
It's the caster curse.
Man.
It's the caster curse.
I'd say at least like the past 7 games I've casted, I've been wrong every single time.
That makes sense.
The caster curse is real, but let me look at the damage charts real quick. Wow, yeah, Mid King on that.
I'm gonna put that up for you all as well.
47K damage was absolutely ridiculous. He definitely was the Mid King. Because I remember people in the chat were saying, what is Kennen going to do against Oriana? He's going to get swapped in lane. And as we saw, all it took was just a teeny bit of jungle help. And he was fine. And he was honestly like just 1v1ing the Oriana multiple times during lane. So props to him. Really good. And he started several fights with that Slicing Maelstrom. It worked really well, and I was worried for them late game because, you know, like we said, Ventures had the front to back, but then the problem was they split there at the very end. They didn't have that front to back, that 5-man at the end like they should have, and like we said, SCD just needs picks. They got the picks. They won the game. At 47 minutes, those death timers, all it takes is 1 or 2 picks, and the game's over. So I think Ventures definitely needs to, like, relook at their late game positioning, because I think they definitely would have won that if they just stayed as 5, no matter what they did. I mean, it was kind of hard because they had the waves pushing towards them with how SE was managing their waves towards the end, but when you split there at the end with the team comp they had, it's not going to work. So I think that's how SE came out with the W.
It was kind of ridiculous. I think, yeah, they should have stuck together more as a group. I mean, Mid King knew that he couldn't do anything in a whole 5v5 situation, so he had to stick, get those deep wards out, and then potentially get the pick off like he did, which then led to the snowball effect of, hey, this game is going to end right now, 47 minutes up.
I'm going to try and fix my audio. I don't know why it's low, because even on Discord it says I'm fully maxed. Rylionn, do you have me like on half or?
No, I have you at 200%. You are loud as loud can be, my friend.
Okay. I will try and fix that.
What about your audio input on Discord? But anyways, we'll figure that out. I'm going to take a little bit of, or not me, but we're going to take a little bit of a break here. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put some nice music on for you wonderful people. And yes, we will see you back here in just a couple of moments, y'all. Peace. Peace.
What was that?
All right, welcome back, everybody. So after a very nutty game one, we are back into Team Gap Wall, and I'm happy to invite our caster of the evening, my boy Matcha,
How's it going,
who
everybody?
is going to be joining us. He was having some trouble with flight stuff earlier, but he'll be joining us for the rest of the night. Hopefully, it's not a 2-0. I want to see a 2-1. I want a 3-game series. But Matcha, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What were you saying, Primus? Primus?
Matcha, are you muted?
I sh- mm-mm. 1 second.
I can't hear him.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? I can hear you guys. Can you hear me now?
Oh, there we go.
Mm.
Yeah, I can hear you. Sweet. Sorry. There we go.
So it was you the whole
Yes.
time.
Basically. But we have started draft, so once again we have Puggus Lost, 4 Ventures in the top lane, Parcel L in the jungle, Gooey Mystic Shot in the mid, Nux Strike in the AD carry position, and Nezzy in the support role. And for SCD, Stupid Team Diff, we have Permaband in the top lane, Arsenic Fox in the jungle, Mid King in the mid, Katana in the AD carry position, and Zeagle in the support position. And so far for drafts, we've seen Lulu, Fiddlesticks, and Heckram for the bans for Ventures, and Leona, Lux, and Corky for the bans for SCD. Once again, we see the Gnar actually switching teams for SCD, picking the Gnar away from Ventures, and Ventures picking the Viego away from SCD. So an interesting start from here. And Alistair once again picked 4 Ventures. Matcha, what do you think of this draft so far?
So I do like the mirror picks on the both. I like the Alistair pick. I think Alistair is always just a great champion to go with. Now the Karma here is going to be fun to see. Her damage and everything is just insane. But I'm really interested to see this if this is an Alawi top going against this Gnar, because that just sounds like a knockdown fest.
Yeah, I mean, I will say we did say the same thing about the Ken and Oriana, so we'll see how they play it out. Obviously the Gnar is switching hands this time, and the Viego as well. So, lots of switch ups here. So we'll see what. Nothing's played the same as last game whatsoever. These are all new picks for our players right now. Bans coming out again. We have Ezra and Yasuo, first time bans for Ventures, and taking away the Jinx from Ventures as well.
Yeah,
Oh, I know how you feel about Tristana though, with our boy Dak.
I think, I mean, I love Tristana. I think that her kit, and she's perfect. I love playing Tristana into Samira. It's just one of those things that feels good if you can make the combo happen.
Yeah, and just for our viewers, just so you get some context, me and Matcha did play on Team Gold Green, the last Team Gap Gold League, so we've had some time playing together. So if we do reference any players, that's probably what's gonna happen. You know, he's my old teammate, so this is an old Team Gap reunion. But also, I don't think I also said this is his first time joining us on Team Gap casting, so.
Hey.
Definitely hype up my boy Matcha. Rylionn has switched over to the hosting role. He's still here with us, but he will be hosting the cast. But you're always welcome to go down to twitch.tv/Rylionn, give him some love, buy his merch. As you know, Rylionn, as you know, is an executive for Team Gap, so always give him love. But
Buy
he'll
the man
be
a
with us the
Gatorade.
whole casting. Powerade, Gatorade. Get him some. I know he loves his
Alright,
Fanta. So.
I'm changing my thing. I originally wanted to see Gnar and Alawi, but this mid lane is looking very spicy.
The Yone Echo, 2 melees. Oh, I always love. It's honestly, I really like both these team comps because, last game it was very, not one sided, but they definitely had their team comps. There was one aggressive pick comp and there was one front to back. This is just a bunch of shenanigans with these picks.
Yeah,
This is Let's run at each other and have some shenanigans. So I'm excited. This is
So I
very.
wasn't. Yeah, I'm down with the shenanigans. I think it's gonna be great. What I do like to see is it looks like Ventures is still kind of going down that road of having a slower game. STD has no desire to have another 45-minute game.
No, absolutely not.
Look at these picks. This is 23 minutes is what they're going for with this pick.
The Karma is probably the only one that maybe is like, let's chill. Other than that, like, I mean, honestly, just with the Diana Tristana, I feel like they're just gonna want to jump in and just wreak havoc. Obviously, the Alawi loves the team fight, so we'll see what happens there. I think both of these teams are just 5 versus 5. Let's see what happens. So I think honestly, this first or second dragon fight is gonna be absolutely disgusting. And Rylionn didn't touch on it in the first game, but we do love a level 1 fight. We'll see. We'll see if it happens because this is the first.
Yeah.
This is the first game for these guys.
Last
it's the
season
first
there was
game.
only level 1 fights.
Exactly. So this is right. So this is the first game of the series. You know, we had the first game of the series, so they were probably playing a little bit more safe. But as the second, third, second week comes, they get more comfortable. They get more comfortable with being aggressive. Doing dumb shit like that. Like I want to see a level 1. A few of these guys have played in a previous Gap League, so they might be more comfortable. I'm hoping for that level 1. We'll see. I want to see it, especially with these comps, because a lot of these champions are really good level 1, especially level 2, level 3. So I'm excited to see what happens in this, the first 5 to 10 minutes. So
the last 2 bans of STD just make me sad. Such powerful.
I mean, they just didn't want to see
bans.
the Jinx. I get it, but I like that they put Noxstrike on the Samira because we don't see it as often.
Oh, and I'm also sad about the Leona because that's a great ban. That's one of those bans. Like if you have somebody on the other team that plays Leona, you need to ban that. That's an absolute stellar pick. I'm pretty excited. I think that Ventures is gonna have to learn how to not get bullied in lane in this second game. They took a lot of aggro early on last game, and it took them a while to sort it out. And had they have, adjusted sooner, they probably could have ended that game before they lost it. So I'm hoping that they figure out how to adjust better in lane during this time. Because once they started shifting into that mid-late game, they really picked up and they just came back rolling hard. Like it was like 2 or 3 clears and team fights like right afterwards. And then it was like objective.
Yeah. Also,
objective.
by the way, everyone, our predictions are up. They're halfway through. I feel like I have to predict because I have my boys on SCD, so I try not to be biased the first game, but I got my boys on SCD. I got my previous jungler, Arsenic Fox, so I'm putting my faith in SCD this game. Obviously, they won the first game, but I'm gonna give them my vote this time around. It's 30-70 in favor of SCD. Matcha, what are you feeling?
Honestly, I liked how Ventures worked last game, and I'm gonna think that they're gonna be able to pull together this game. I think we're going 3 games.
Sick. Okay, so casters are 1-1. So far, it's 34-66% in favor of SCD. We're about to take a short break, but don't forget to throw in the rest of your predictions. We still got more time, but we're gonna take a quick break here for us. Sick. Just tell me when we're okay. Cool, so we should be underway. Hopefully we don't have another problem with the spectating. You know, apologize for that early spectating goof. Good old Riot Games and their client, but we should be loading to the game right now. It's going to be me and Matcha casting this game with Ventures
Hey.
and Stupid Team Diff, aka STG. And our PCL game of the week for our Friday game. Game 2. Okay, good. I'm able to spectate this game. No goofs by the client, so we should be getting started. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping for some level 1 shenanigans.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be really fun
But
to see
nothing
that
out
kind
of
of
the
happen.
ordinary so far. Teams are pinging to pretty much have a 5-star. Do nothing weird. Yeah, we're good. Sadly, no level 1 shenanigans. Maybe game 3. We shall see. But ooh, I'm ahead then.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Cool. 31. Cool.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Sweet. Matcha, how do you feel about? I think a lot of this early aggression is gonna come from the mid lane. Echo Yone, how are you feeling about that?
I actually feel really good about that. I think eventually, I'm gonna say post level 3, we'll probably see a lot more combat out of that. I would like to see.
Matcha, I think you're muted again somehow. Can't hear you. Oh, I guess I can't hear him. My apologies.
Minions have spawned.
Weird. I don't know, but
Go Vago!
I can't hear
can-
Matcha, but it's okay.
I can hear everybody. Primus, can you hear me? Well, if you can't hear me, I'm really, really excited to see this mid lane for everybody else watching. I'm hoping for a massively aggro lane after level 3. Right. Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, I apologize to the stream. So right now, I cannot hear Matcha. So,
Alright, we got the first blood that just came in from the Viego on Yone with the help of Echo. That was amazing.
Oh, there we go. I
A
can
misplay,
hear now.
unfortunately, on Mid King's side. But I think it was a great pickup. Yeah, I was watching. Just give me 1 second here.
Yeah, so honestly, I'm kind of concerned about the Yone Echo because I'm really just waiting for, you know, we saw already the shenanigans mid. I think this is just gonna continue. Both junglers are probably gonna be heading this mid lane. Allowing Gnar, they're probably just gonna duke it out, and I really think this Tristana is gonna be probably playing very aggressive in the early lane before Samira hits 6, unless there is a Viego gank. So, Matcha, I think I can hear you now, so we should be good. But no, I mean, sorry. Some technical difficulties come from the casting desk, but no. Oh, and a fight coming down bot. That is a dead Tristana. This Samira just going ham. Honestly, with Viego Samira, there's just so much damage in the initial fight that even with Flash W from Bhutan, just wasn't able to get out, and that's unfortunate. Even with that ward in the river, they just weren't able to react, so unfortunate
this
for
Viego
SV in that
is
situation.
making his rounds, and I think that is super important this early.
Yeah, and Arsenic Fox tried to do the same thing last game, but he wasn't able to do outside the mid lane. Wasn't able to do that bot lane.
Yeah,
which
and
now,
you could see it in the mid game towards like he had a really great run early with Viego last game, and then right about the mid game he kind of dropped off for a while. So I think we're learning from that as well as we kind of go through this.
Right, but I will say, because I think you had talked about the early laning phase for Ventures. We're already seeing kind of a CS difference for mid and bot lane. But we got Viego coming again mid, but Yone's gonna go ahead and dash out. But Parcel just being super aggressive on this Viego.
Yeah, and one of the hang on, we got
another gank top. We got Diana coming in, but I don't think there's anything gonna come out because
there's no reason to dive this for any reason whatsoever.
yeah, he does go Meganar, but he's not 6, nor did he have. I guess he had Flash, but without 6, I don't think the Narc could have gotten anything. But yeah, that's the thing, my man. With this league, there's just no room to color cast this. There's always just something going on. You know, last game we saw there was at one point a fight in top, middle, and bot. So sometimes it's hard to cast these.
So one of the things that I do like what's going on right now is even though the Yone did get picked off early, he is showing the Echo that he is not going to be bullied. And that's one of the things that I you want to see in these lanes is like if you get first blooded or if you're part of something of the death or you're killing somebody, you understand that like the pressure still has to go on, right? You can't just fall to the side and give up. You got to keep putting the thing. So he's letting the Echo know that he's not going to play. Now the Viego's coming in again for I think it's like a 3rd or 4th gank now. Looks like the Yone is going to get away, and it's every time someone ganks, it doesn't necessarily mean that the gank was useless. Costing somebody CS or getting your other teammate ahead in CS from gank is always useful. As the game progresses, that adds up at the end.
Yeah, which I agree. I mean, Viego definitely needs to be doing that because Echo's so behind CS. But we gotta fight down bot. We got Trishana stuck. He canceled the W. Samir's just gonna kill him.
Yeah, that was
should be good to come out, but that was a really good cancel by the Alistar canceling the. But we got Diana coming back in. Arsenic Fox is trying to go in for the smear. Gonna flash out.
The Viego coming
Diana's
down one more time.
That is a dead karma. Oh no!
What a play.
The Viego.
This Viego is a whole nother jungler than we saw last time. Not the Viego last time, but the jungler we had last time, Parcel from last game. His Viego, like this is definitely something he was holding in his back pocket waiting for. You're gonna get this early drag, which is stellar. Not having a dragon go at like 20 minutes is like what we want.
Yeah, and last time they traded drag for a kill bot lane, whereas this time they cut both. So really good for Ventures.
So we have we have Echo tower diving the Yone, ignite on both of them. And it seems like Viego's looks like he's coming up mid again. And nothing is going to happen from this. Now you gotta wonder, like, with the Diana up here, if you see something that's going on, are you giving up your red to go help your teammate, or do you make the ultimate sacrifice?
Yeah, Diana's doing, honestly, so the Viego's been in lane this whole time, whereas Diana's just kind of farming. Diana's up 20 CS, so I wouldn't say Diana's using the best of the time he has, but he's at least using he's at least doing something. While all these games are happening, Diana's farming up, trying to hit 6, trying to, hit that power spike, whereas Viego's doing the opposite. He's using all of his lane aggression, hitting bot mid top, which honestly with the comp,
Diana
with either comp, that's the way to go.
Head up.
But Nar coming in. And that's a dead Alawi.
Beautiful engage.
Permaban with a kill on Alawi. That was beautifully done. Almost towards her tower. Like that is disgusting. But yeah, as you were saying.
We are now averaging about a kill a minute this game, so I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out.
Yeah, I mean, as we saw from the team comp, that's the team
Yeah.
team picks. That was expected.
The Viego is down about 20 CS. We got a dragon. They've got you know, a couple kills, couple roams, and as long as he doesn't keep falling behind in that CS, he should be fine. You know, you don't want to see like 100 CS gap in the mid game. It's a lot of gold.
Yeah, and Ventures did get the first dragon, and they're up 3 kills, so they have that early lead. So I think they're sitting pretty comfortable compared to where they were last game, or it was pretty pretty even at the beginning of the game.
Well, you gotta remember, you know, your first time playing against another team. We got a Yone engage.
Is Yone gonna come out?
No.
Echo ult, but
No. But we got the
trade
Echo
ultimate.
ult down.
Oh, excuse me, yeah, no. But find the bot lane. Karma is dead. Now can Gitano get out? Debbie's out. Okay, cool. So, really good initiative by Rezi on the Alistar, but Gitano is stuck. He goes in.
No, it's
Gitano forced a flash
we're good
out.
there.
Damn,
we got
wow.
mid's getting a little spicy.
We got to engage by Diana on the top lane. That is a oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have action in all 3 lanes right now.
We can't do it. So yeah, really good roam by the Diana. You know, having to, I guess, answer the aggression from Viego. Viego now having to hold mid for the Echo. But this bot lane is just dominating right now. Gitana can't even walk towards the tower.
Yeah, this is, I mean, Alistar, like I said, you know, in the draft, is just one of those champions that can sway a game depending on how good they are. And with Tristana, like, it creates a lot of separation between Tristana being able to gauge on Samira. Because once, you know, he saves his headbutt, once the gauge happens, Tristana's pretty much done. So this is one of those games where I would...
Well, yeah, no, because like we've seen in this lane so far, I think Rezi's been so good. He's actually like canceled the jump from Tristana several times, and basically forced the kill on Gitana that one time, and as well as now 3 deaths on Zeagle on the Karma.
Yeah, and you know, the Zeagle's gonna have to kind of step up and start, you know, being a little bit more aware. The Tristana's not doing bad, but she can only do as good as the opportunities available to her.
Right. Yeah, which good trades going on top lane. Oh, Gnar? I can't. His combo's so fast, I can't even say the abilities quick enough. But so good on the. You know, as soon as he hit Gnar, he hit the ult. You know, he threw the Q. Just basically, honestly, even the Gnar auto attacks just hurt so much. So really good for
Look at this Viego with
that
a perfect engage right there on the Diana, also taking a tower shot. You know, having both of those champions in health, especially with the Viego under tower, means that one mistake, which could happen right about. Nope. All right, everyone's gonna get out of that one. That could be a dangerous play when you're tower diving at half HP.
Yeah, a little bit of whiff on the Dino ult, but otherwise, they're still getting the Rift Trail down, and they're still getting the party mid. They didn't get the kill, but that tower should still be going down. Mid King might die for it, though. He's gonna die for it. He didn't get the tower!
Tower is standing tall like a beacon of light in the dark night.
Mid King, you know, and as I talked about it last game, he did get greedy several times during that game. They still came out the win, but I think he needs to learn. Oh, what? No, are you okay? Allow, he just 1v1ing you. Permanent, can you get out? Allow me to flash over, and the tentacle. Oh.
You know, sometimes you just gotta take that gut feeling, that backing is what you need to do. You can't always stay in lane. That tower is not always going to protect you. It's not always going to protect you the way that you want.
Yeah.
Echo not aware of the Diana sitting over here. Arsenic Fox looking to kind of go in here. We'll see what kind of happens. Tristana's moved to mid, which I think is
Arsenic Fox going in though. He whiffed the Q, but he's gonna keep going in. Dio's coming back in. Arsenic Fox is gonna back off, but Parcel there to at least save the Echo from probably certain death, so good for him. Mid King gonna keep trying to get some more poke, but slowing down. Looks like Balling's gonna get this tower, but the side of SD is coming down to meet them. Gitano and Arsenic Fox are coming to meet the bot lane. Arsenic Fox lands a Q, both the ult, and This is a now pivot. But knocked the Samira just kill with the QW. And now they just, I guess, back off. Mid King trying to do what he can in the mid lane, trying to fight Gooey.
Looking for a 1 versus 2 here.
Echo. Oh wow. I can't even. There's just so much going. I can't even commentate.
This has turned into a very violent game.
This is a very violent game because now we're still 1 kill per minute.
So one thing we are definitely seeing now is we're seeing a change in the ADC for Noxus Strike from last game to this game. It's a much different player. You know, that last game took a while for them to kind of catch up here. The biggest thing that I'm really excited to see is that they've pretty much capped Tristana from being able to farm in the bot lane while under her own tower. Like that is a rough spot to be in.
Right, and I assume they picked the Karma to try and at least support the Tristana, but Mid King trying to get some more poke on a parcel, but he's just gonna throw down the shadow and run away. But taking some you know jungle CS from Parcel, but it's really not gonna matter too much. Although if you can see, Samir's the only one with a CS lead on their team. You know, 106 to 72 on the Gnar, 85 to 72 on the Diana, 124 to 83 on the Echo. So you did say the difference in the AD carry, but I will say SCD still has that strong lane phase.
Well, I wouldn't say difference in the AD carry. I would say difference in the AD in the laning phase. Because Tristana only has 1 death with everything that's going on, and while her CS isn't perfect, she is still on par with the rest of the other team's CS. So you know you're looking at Echo with 94, Lowy 78. Tristana's not in a bad spot, but she's gonna need some time before she can shine.
Right, and I think that's where they actually still have a gold lead. I just wanted to point that out. They, you know, Ventures is up 7-5 in kills, and they have 2 dragons, but they still barely don't have a gold lead. They're down, you know, like 400 gold, but they have this advantage, you know, on paper, except for the
we're gonna Yone engaging on
but Gitano getting caught out. He greeted for that tower. So we're coming in for the kill. Oh, Gitano just greeting for that tower and still doesn't get it and dies to Samira. But Alawi, you know, drops the ult. You know, trying to fight back into this Gnar.
The game's starting to slow down now a little bit.
Right.
You know, we had like, what was it, like 8 or 9 kills right in the first 5 minutes?
You say slowing down, but we're about to see a kill mid because Yone
engage, yes. So it looks they're going for tier 2 tower over here with Rift. Are they gonna get the 3rd tower and possibly to him? It would be a really bad decision if they did for the team that's losing their tower. So hopefully they don't take it off, but.
Yeah, the thing is when you say the game's slowing down, we immediately see a kill.
Yeah.
Mid King taking out Parcel to even make it for sure. But Gnar coming back, that's a dead Alawi. Let's see if the tentacles make a difference. Misses the Q, but Arsenic Fox comes in with the Diana.
Knowing when to stay and when to leave is a huge thing, and you got to know that like sometimes it's time to back. We'll probably see this a lot happen over this game and a couple other games because it's just a learning experience that I'm still learning.
Really unfortunate for Pug because there was no vision on that topside jungle, so he did not know that Arsenic Fox was coming in on the comeback. But Mystic Gooey Shot's gonna try and come for the Diana, but I think he's just gonna get swayed by Permaban. Permaban a little bit continuing, but then he does see Parcel. But Gooey coming back in for the Gnar, but he's about to hit Mega Gnar. Get the stun.
Alright, yeah,
Arsenic Fox ult goes down, but they're now facing a 3 vs 4. Permanent's gonna do the best he can, but that is a 2 for 1 for the side of Ventures. The problem with SC is they had no vision on that top side, so other than that one pink ward.
Things that we're starting to see like more playing and more pushing the boundaries. We got a 3 vs 1 going over here that'll see Mid King get a kill.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to stop your thought because I didn't allow he was gonna die instantly. But
no, we're here for the
saying, I mean, they took drag and they killed the Alawi in that time. So, but no, we got ultimate from Mid King over here trying to take down Noxtrek, but Noxtrek not gonna have it for the Samira ultimate. Really good trade for the side of Ventures. Mid King maybe got a little too cocky there. Alistair, Samir is just honestly disgusting. If Samir's just able to continue her ultimate, you know, that Rose, like, it's just really, you're just kind of stuck, especially when Yone blew his combo. Like, what else are you going to do?
So for this Tristana, at this point, are we going Crackhead Killer, or are we going full dive and going Gale Force?
Honestly, I would say Gale Force, just based on their team comp, especially when Viego, Echo, and Samira have gap closers. I definitely think that Gale Force is the way to go, just based on the utility of the champion. But as I say that, Tristana is going Kraken Slayer, so forget everything I said.
Well, don't forget that she gets the reset on her jump after her bomb explodes as well.
Right.
And so, yeah, Gale Force is great for getting away, but I think with this point, if Tristana's going to go in, she's 100% going in, and she's going to basically take something with her, right? Because at some point, now that she's finally got her mythic, she's going to want to look for kills. That's the most important thing right now. She's got to catch him.
Yeah, because I mean, as we see, it's a dead Seagull. I don't even have time to talk. Alistair actually getting the kill though, so 3 kills now for this Alistair, and also dead Alawi. I can't even talk, so that is now a 1 in 6 Alawi. Just Pug is lost is actually lost in this
One
lane.
of the other things you're seeing right now is you look at the ward scores, and your top laners are about even, but as it kind of goes down, you know, you're getting more wards out of the Viego than you are the Diana. You're getting more vision control from the Echo. I mean, Mid King has a 10 vision score right now. So vision is in the hand of the blue side right now, and you can see that. Like, you can see that they're capitalizing on their vision control, and they're gonna have to get better at it, right? Like, Dragon's gone, so you know there's several wards here in the bottom half of the map.
And that's where it's concentrated. The wards for the Ravens are concentrated on their dragon.
So we have a couple towers that are about to come down, so that'll be a decent gold chunk once they get them as well, and hopefully push them ahead. The red team is starting to slightly pull ahead in a gold lead. We're looking at about a 2.5K gold lead, but it's been fairly even the majority of the game.
Mid King trying to get some poke off, but going to come back, you know, from his pull, but looks like they're just gonna back off, nothing happening. A little bit more vision. I will say SE still has a good amount of vision on the top side. They have 4 or 5 wards, but Mid King stuck out. That's the thing. Mid King goes in, pulls him in.
That was a tease.
And the
That was
Mystic
such a
shot
tease.
goes in.
So
This is
sad.
all.
Diana's about to face check a bush.
Oh, ours,
and
Diana's
please
caught out
for
though.
her
That is-
sins.
Yeah, that's Mid King's gonna try and save him, but the Diana is gonna die. You know, the Zoni's not gonna help. Going gold. Still, there's 4 people there.
And this just goes back to vision control still costing the red team, plays.
Right. I mean, they had no vision on that outside of Raptor's brush, you know, and Arsenic Fox feeling a little bit too comfortable going into that blue side jungle and costing him his life, making trying to save it, you know, trying to. You know,
Tristana's gonna kind of push it here and test this Alawi, and honestly, I think at this point that Tristana might be able to pull that off. But I'm more interested in this bot lane right now because Gnar was in a 1 versus 3.
Gnar's about to hit Mega Gnar, so we got Mega Gnar
Gnar
and
is
2 killing
not hitting
Samira.
Mega anything.
Gnar throws his Q. Yone.
There it is.
Herman
There
throws
it
his flashes for the Q. Looks like that is a. Wow, that is a.
Oh, that's a
Looks like a 3 for 1. Wow, but Alawi kills Gitana in the top lane, takes a tower.
And that's a tower with it, yeah.
But okay, so SE will take second drags. Now we're gonna be even on drags, even on kills. The only difference
those
now.
wards that drag helped. Like they were able to, gain full control on the bot side. Luckily, they had a bunch of wards there already.
No, I mean honestly, like the Gnar doing really good.
Yeah.
Shutting down the Samira, making sure she can't get her combo off. Like,
So
very
the
well
bot
played,
lane
and
is
they
the
still
win
get the
con.
3-for-1.
Yeah, the bot lane's the win con right now. The Samira Alistar combo, they've definitely played this before. They've definitely worked out their chemistry. They understand what they need to do. My concern that I'm starting to see though is I would really want this Alistar to kind of maybe stick to Samira a little bit more and maybe get some more aggression going on. Because one of the things that imagine every game that you've been in where a Yone got 2-fed, right? And you know, those are one of the hardest things to come back from, especially when you got somebody like Desi here who is great on Yone, right? I mean, we've had he beat us 2 seasons ago with some really smart plays. He knows what he's doing. But right now he's the carry. I mean, Nar's doing really well as well. We get an engage over here.
Yeah, but Yui going back in, Katana jumping out. Nothing happening so far, but some shenanigans trying to happen. But Virtue is going to try and hold this Baron pit. We still have a Gnar in the bot lane with TP. We'll see what happens.
So downside here is if they don't get Baron fast enough, Gnar gets a free bot lane for game. But that was insane. Insane.
Yeah, Alawi tried to stop them, but Arsenic Fox trying to kill Gooey. Gooey goes back in with the ultimate, but that is a couple of them are half health. Arsenic Fox is gonna go back in. Big feeling it. Try and go in, but he dies instantly. Arsenic Fox is gonna try and stay alive, but they're just killing the Baron. That is a quadra kill for Samira. 4 kills for Samira at the Baron pit, and
wish I had
Primus still TP top.
Right? Just feel it, man. Feel it. Go for the
Herman
penta.
not going in. Not gonna
Heading
get the.
yourself into the god chamber.
We're not gonna get the team gap ace, and we're not gonna get the pins kill. But still, a quadra kill on Nocturne Samira. He's 11-1-3.
What was it last year? The light ace.
Yeah, it's team gap ace. Almost. Herman's still TP though. He didn't get anything done bot lane. He didn't take the tower. Nothing happened.
So
Virtue's
one of the things I'm
still
looking
got
at here
everything. Yeah, what's up?
is, you know, Yone's doing a great job of carrying, and so is the Gnar, but that's pretty much where it stops, right? And so at this point, you've got to get Tristana into the game because Yone can no longer carry the weight of this game on his shoulders.
Right, which Gnar's going in. He's Mega Gnar. He's gonna try. He's getting knocked out by the Alistar. Katana's still trying to poke down the Alistar. They're locking him down, but the Alistar's just so he's so
is
tanky.
a rolling
He
mini
can't do
boss
anything.
right now.
Gnar go Mega, and he does ult the Samira. Arsenic Fox going in. Knocked out by the Alistar. That is a dead Gnar. Arsenic Fox tries to go in. Nocturne does die. Parcel is still trying to go, and he does get the reset on the soul. Can they 1v1 the Katana? Katana is auto-attacking, but Parcel, but they're still allowing the top lane, taking their business and taking a inhib. Yone mid-miss the Yone ult.
Matrix style
He does not care about this Yone. He's just trying to get this inhib. He's gonna die for this inhib. He's gonna pull. He does get the soul on the Yone. Katana finally kills him, but
Yeah, but we're gonna have Baron coming back up again soon. Like that top pressure is gonna be huge, especially opening up for Dragon.
Well, the top lane's pushing in. Mid is still pretty much close to red side. The only thing that's pushing for blue side is that bot lane. Or excuse me, for red side is pushing that bot. They need to push that bot lane, but Echo is in the bot lane to counter that.
And right now, you'll look at the map and you'll see we have like literally 2 wards on the map, and that is one of those things that we've been bringing up this game because it seems to be something that is actually swaying how this game is going.
Right.
Can't hit what you can't see.
Gooey's definitely caught out there. He's trying to fight the Gnar, but he goes golden. But there are 4 members of SEV, and he's just dead.
So the other team made the wise choice to not engage in on that, and I think that was a very smart decision, especially with Dragon about to pop. The last thing you want to do is die right when Dragon spawns, right, Primus?
Yeah, no. I haven't done that. What do you mean? Yeah, so now Virtues, they are struggling because they just lost their mid lane. Mid King going in though, drops in, just throws the ultimate just to get some damage down.
They're just buying time for this to be a 5-on-5. That's what they're doing right now. They really need to get a pick.
The thing is, I think SCD needs to go in now because the Viego is low. They have the numbers advantage. They need to go in now, which is what they're doing. The Alawi's gonna ult, but kind of picked out Samir going in, and Samir just killing everyone. But Noctride's dead. That doing his best, but the damage of Viego going in, he gets the reset. No, but that is a dead. Parcel's doing his best. Gnar.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that they couldn't buy enough time. We still have the Echo sitting over here.
The Echo's still coming.
Pick up a double or triple here, and maybe even the Dragon.
No, I think Echo's.
That was just.
Gnar's doing his best to try and finish this Dragon.
To get the Dragon. He gets the Dragon. What a legend!
Does he get the kill though? He gets a reset. Gnar is about to hit Mega Gnar though.
Kill. He got a double kill on the Dragon.
He misses the Q. Oh well. Yeah, really good play by SCD, but Echo came back in and cleaned up. So
this is a much different game than we saw last game, and that is super exciting to see. The last game. Oh, hang on, we got a Yone coming in over here with.
Is he gonna get the? I was gonna say, I thought he was gonna take the plant, but.
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna get an Ignite kill on the Echo, and that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So what do you do, Primus? At this point, how do you come back? Like, no one's technically losing, but you can see that the power is still technically slightly on blue side, right?
So I'm a big fan of Viego. I really like him in team fights, and the thing is, if you ignore Viego for too long and he gets that first reset, so like let's say Mid King dies in the beginning of the fight and he picks up that level 17, 7-5 Yone, he's gonna be destructive. So you have to focus the Samira and the Viego, or else you're kind of dunskies. So, I mean, especially the Samira. Gnar did so good in that fight.
Yeah.
Where he isolated the Samira and killed her immediately. But the rest of the team then followed up. Basically, they used all of their ultimates and all of their spells on the Samira.
So we have
nothing left.
We have Baron coming up soon, and we have the blue team already preparing. When we just had several of the red team members warding the bot side. So they might lose this Baron by being
quiet. Alistair goes in, and that's a dead Zeagle. So now we have a 4 vs 5. Gnar still down bot. He's probably gonna try and push, but we still, no matter what, have a 4 vs 5. They did only get the support, but all the ultimates are still up for the side of Ventures. Gooey kind of getting caught out. Really good ultimate by the Echo. Just stunning on Mid King. He ults, does his damage, and then goes golden. Mid King can't do anything. Ventures gets the Baron. Yeah, really can't do much other than Gnar's trying to knock down this last turret in the bottom lane, but he's gonna try and duel Gooey, but it looks like Gooey's doing so much damage to the Gnar. He's gonna go Mega Gnar here pretty soon, but I think he's still pretty isolated. Gooey's gonna try and fight him. He ults him into the wall, but Gooey's just gonna ult back.
I don't think it's gonna be enough. Gooey's damage is just at this point in the game. He's Echo. He is coming to
because he's not trying to do things. He kills the Alawi, but then he dies at Parcel. Resley just gonna isolate the Zeagle. He really can't do anything. Another reset for Parcel. He's doing so well in this Viego, I must say.
I told you, this is a different team. They learn, and so this is another issue that we're starting to see as we may potentially be coming towards the end of the game here, is that STD plays at 1 speed.
Really good Diana ult and Yone ult. They did stack their ultimates, but still just not enough damage. Yosek is just so much, and just
not
ultimates,
enough.
and then he goes golden, but he's gonna die because watch No Strike just Q and then bam. Yep, that's a dead Yone, and that is game number 2 to Ventures. We're on a 3-game series, my friends.
So Primus, does that mean that I've predicted more wins than you have so far?
Yes, I've lost the past I think 8 in terms of predictions. So I should just stop voting, otherwise a lot of people are gonna start giving me some really mean DMs. Right. So post game, that Yone was just gross. Mid King did his best. I think he played really well in the Yone, but I think overall there was just very consistent team play from Virtues, which they needed in that first game, and I think they just didn't play towards their team comp.
No, they well, so like I said beforehand, like STD has one speed. They just go, right? They just go and they don't stop and they try to kill everything in their path to get to victory. And this is not too far into the season right now where teams have evolved together, they've started to build like massive chemistry and stuff like that. But you
Right.
have talented key players on each team. We've seen that Mid King has a history of being good. I mean, look what happened to us 2 seasons ago. Mid King single-handedly ended our undefeated streak. Like
So
just ripped
making
us
is
apart.
Desi.
Yeah.
Oh, he changed his name. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
but I
following
mean,
now.
he knows what to do. His play style is
Right.
phenomenal. The kid sees things that not everybody else sees, but he's got to learn to respect other players in the game in the sense of champion to champion, right? You can't just assume that every champion is going to die once or twice and bow. Sometimes they're going to learn, they're going to evolve. Just like we saw with the Alawi, right? You got to look at the Alawi and the mental that they had to go through to come out on top like that, right? Alawi took a beating a
Yep.
little bit in the beginning and was able to swing it around. Unfortunately, the Tristana was not able to come back around, which I was really hoping to because I really love Tristana.
Yeah. We love late game
Um,
Tristana.
but that's one of the things where maybe the focus should have shifted to building up the Tristana, so you have Tristana helping carry with the Yone. But that just didn't work out that way.
Yeah, and I definitely think that Virtue's definitely played really well in the bot lane. I think that's definitely what won them the game. Knockstrike playing amazing on the Samira. Um, so I mean, definitely good on them. Uh, they've definitely played toward their strengths that time, and I'm really glad we're now in a 3-game series because they definitely
Yeah.
came back really hard. And I mean, it was hit or miss towards the beginning, but towards the end, it was all Virtues. They
So
definitely played how they wanted to play. Um,
it looks like Gui. I like his it doesn't matter if he falls behind or not. He seems to always kind of find his rhythm, at least for these two
mhm.
games. Because even on the Oriana, right? Last game?
Yeah, yeah,
Primus. So even yeah, the first game. So even in the beginning, like a lot of people were commenting about how bad the Ori pick was. And it really wasn't a bad pick. It just was a bad laning phase, right? I mean,
yeah.
yes, there's definitely better ones, but I saw that they passed 2 mid bans already towards him. So now going into this third game, do you pass a third ban? Are we going for the Echo now?
No, I think Mid King. I think he'll probably feel pretty good. So he'll probably just stick with the 2 bans. But I think, like you said, he knows what he's doing. He's played really well in the past. I still think he was too over aggressive and too, I guess, cocky. Like you said, like he knows what he's doing, but he still needs to respect the other team.
Yeah.
And I don't think picks or ban is gonna change that. I think it's gonna be play style is gonna fix that because everyone
Yeah, and
said
I
that
think
putting
the
into Oriana
team
was gonna be
comp
bad.
I think the team comp for Team Blue both games was a much stronger team comp. I think they just
Mhm.
had a very bad mishap in the first game that cost them to lose to
I
STD.
agree. Yeah.
And they corrected that. So let's see if they can take it into this third game. But you got to look at like how is that karma feeling, and not like actual karma, I mean like the champion karma.
The karma. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no,
um,
it was a really tough bot lane for SCD, um, especially with the ganks from Parcel with the Viego were just so good,
those early
and
ganks were they basically foreshadowed how the rest of the game was going to go.
basically, and then I mean,
We
once you
didn't
get a
really see
Samir
too
fed
much
like
out of
that,
Diana this game. Like she had a late start getting to the fights because she was trying to get to level 6 quick.
right?
But by the time she had hit level 5, Viego had already had a dragon, like 3 roams and 2 kills.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like by I think like 9 minutes, it was like 5-1 plus a drag for Virtues.
Yeah.
So they had a really good lead compared to last game where it was just kind of even, and they fumbled a little bit towards the mid, but I think they played very well towards the late.
And I'm hoping to see STD kind of change their play style here coming up. I don't think that going game 3 the way that they've been playing game 1 and 2 is going to work out, considering that Venturous has caught on to the ploy. So I'm
Right.
hoping to see a change in that and a change in play style. I also want to see where the Viego goes this game.
Yeah, I think they should be more cognizant of where the wards are, where their strengths are, like where they can be aggressive, but also remember you can't be too aggressive because like you said, and several times like, okay, I won this trade or I won this, I should probably back now. Whereas at times they overstayed, like you said. Because like they could have backed, but they wanted to greed for that extra wave, that
Yeah.
extra kill, and it ended up not working out for them.
All right, and then we're gonna be taking a break now. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Yep. All right, let's get in here, boys and girls. We're here for game 3. We are now 1-1 with Team Ventures and Team STD. So we'll see who comes out with it. Real banger of the last 2 games. First game being 50 minutes. Second game being what, like 30 minutes?
It was a
So,
shorter of a game too than the second one. You
still
can
pretty
see that
close.
people are
Draft
learning.
should be starting here pretty soon. But Matcha, what do you feel about this third game?
Oh man, I don't know how the mental of the support from STD is going, and I'm not entirely sure how they feel about game 2. It was definitely a hard one to take from how things went. We lost Primus. But I think the big thing is I really think it's Ventures is learning. They're learning game to game and play to play, and you can see it
Right.
on the map, right? What?
Draft is
Draft
live.
is live. Yeah, I would as a Lux main, I would probably be banning Lux too, because she's just
Which Rylionn, you can hear
ridiculous.
me and see me, correct? I'm not showing up on the stream. There we go. Okay. Discord's not liking me right now. It doesn't want me to listen to Matcha, which I understand. He sucks, but it's not letting me listen to him. But yeah, so far we have the Leona Lux. Honestly, the Leona Lux, Alistair, that's like your 3 favorite champions, Matcha. So it must suck that they're all banned.
Well, I mean, didn't we got Alistair in the first game as well too, didn't we? Like it took to
The first
game
2
3.
games.
Yeah, it took game 3 to ban the Alistair.
Finally. And SCD taking over blue side, still taking over the Gnar, and then Venture taking the Viego. So once
Alright,
again,
yeah, I would have
they're trying to
not
take
given
picks.
Venture the Viego. That had been on my ban list, like immediately. I would give up Alistair for the Viego every time after that last game.
After the last game, definitely. Man, that is rough because, I mean, they're still switching from the last game. And then my favorite, you know how much I love Nautilus. We watched Shrimp Game and
yeah.
I forget the other team last night. The 2 wins from last night that were streamed, both the wins came from Nautilus. So you know how much I feel
love
about it.
Nocturne picks. I'm a huge fan of Nocturne. All love to our jungler Chobi, who basically made Nocturne look like it was easy. Nocturne is a very, very, very great pick here.
And see, you forget also. I mean, once again, Twitch. I was on Team Gold Gap with Matcha. Chobi played Nocturne, but also when I was on Team Gap Gold Silver, Arsenic Falk played a lot of Nocturne, and he really killed it. It was pretty much banned most games towards the later season. And even at the beginning of the stream, I said, don't give him Nocturne. So we will see how the rest of this game pans out.
The Samira was probably not a good one to give up either. To be honest, I probably would have dropped the Lux maybe for that Samira play. Because, I mean, yeah, Lux is annoying and her kit, you know, can sometimes make her feel like a hyper carry, but she's also super squishy. And I love the Braum pick here. Braum is my highest win champion. He is just a beautiful creation from Riot.
Yeah, Poro Daddy, absolutely. Poro Daddy does do things, and also SE has not shown their AD carry just yet, so we'll see what Katana wants to pick.
You know, I have a love-hate relationship with Urgots because I feel like whenever I play League of Legends, if there's an Urgot on my team, they are not good. But if the Urgot's on the other team, they are smurfing.
Well, luckily you're not on either team, so we'll see how this pans out.
The thing with Urgot is just one of those things where it's like, is he going to destroy all of us, or is he going to feed the lane?
Yeah, which I mean, there's a very safe bot lane with Caitlyn and Braum, so we'll see what the Samir Naz is able to do.
I'm looking at this Malzahar pick, and I think having that control in the mid lane is going to be great. But it's not Malzahar, so we're gonna see the Akali.
Oh, I love the Akali pick so much. Like, I just love an assassin mid lane, especially when we have basically an assassin in the bottom lane with Samira. You know, she's not your standard AD carry.
Yeah.
And I love the Samira pick again. You know, obviously after going like 20-1, I don't know the KDA, but the strong showing from Samira and Viego, it's gonna be tough for them to shut them down. And then the TF pick, that's gonna be interesting.
We're gonna have a
because
problem
now they
here.
Yeah.
So the problem is that when TF goes to ult, I'm
Right.
almost positive. It could be wrong here, but if Nocturne does his thing, TF isn't gonna be able to see where anybody's at to get his ult off successfully.
Right. I would have expected the Nocturne pick after the, or I guess like a counter pick to the TF, but I guess you're right. The TF pick into Nocturne is interesting.
Yeah, it's I'm not saying it's gonna like cost them the game or anything like that. I mean, you never know
Right.
how good they are at TF, but I definitely would have looked at that and been like, I'm not sure if that's necessarily where I want to go. I do like that we are getting a Gnar for the third game. Gnar is one of those champions I love, by the way. I am just really bad at.
We know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've seen Gnar all 3 games. I think he's the only champion that has been in all 3 games. Really strong showing from, honestly, both Gnar games. They've switched players both times.
Yeah.
One was permaban, one was Pug is Lost. I think they both played it very well. I don't think one of them showed each other up. Although I'm looking forward to seeing the Urgot into the Gnar, because we've seen Wukong into Gnar, and then I'm missing the other matchup, but
Yeah,
allowing it Gnar.
I also think that this Braum is going to have to heavily protect this Caitlyn, because after the Samira we saw last game, if she gets around the Braum, Caitlyn insta dies.
Dead. Instantly.
So this
Right.
Braum has to be very careful on how he's going to engage and how much of a space he's going to leave open for Nautilus to come in and just smash Caitlyn all across the map.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I don't think Braum is going to be doing any engaging. I think he's just going to be playing.
How about you don't
The-
speak about Braum? Braum will do what Braum wants to do because he's Braum.
Poor Daddy, you're right. But as a Nautilus fanatic, I
ever
think
disbelieve in Braum.
Braum can engage with his ultimate, but
You can also
can he engage
Flash
outside
Q.
of that? Flash Q, right. But then there's the Nautilus hook, and then Samira answer.
Yeah. So
I think
I mean, Braum's thing is he's really good about engaging, with his ult and a couple other combos. The best
Right.
thing he's about becoming is that late game raid boss that can jump between his teammates and inspire them to do great things.
Right. Yeah, I think Braum is definitely going to be more impactful in the mid game than the early game. I think Caitlyn Braum is just going to play safe in the early game. Because if they try and engage on the Samir Nautilus, it's not going to work in their
Yeah.
favor.
And this is one of those things that, like, what I would probably end up looking to do later on is probably try to set up, once we get to like the 14-minute mark or whatever it is, having that Urgot, if he takes
Right.
TP, come down with the Twisted Fate ult from that Nautilus engage, and that's going to be a free double kill dragon.
Free.
Because if you get the first dragon at like the 6 to 8 minute mark, you're gonna get that second respawn by the 14-minute mark when the teleport changes, and that's just gonna be a free dragon.
Yeah, and
Because-
especially with the, I think especially even pre-6, the Samir and Nautilus are going to have that early advantage. They should play for that early Drake, even pre-6.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to wait for that Nocturne ult for him to answer. You want to get that Samir Nautilus, like, I guess, early advantage if they can, to secure that pre-6 drag. If not, you still have a very, I'm assuming, aggressive Viego like Parcel played in the last game to secure that first Drake.
Yeah. And I'm looking at this draft, and I think that the win con for STD is going to be the Nocturne, right? And
Yeah.
how well he can play around the lanes. I think for Venture, the win con is pretty much the bot lane in Viego again, which is a terrifying bot lane, by the way.
Gross. Absolutely cancer. Correct.
Yeah. Like, what do you even pick into that? Like, I don't know.
Nothing. I mean, Samir Nautilus is the most engaged.
I mean, I guess
want
something
to
like, like, I don't know.
beat you up bot
Yeah.
lane I can think of. Yeah,
Alright.
but we're gonna take a quick break here, real quick. I'm super excited for this game. It's game 3 of Team Gap PCL. We're gonna take a quick break, but thank you so much for tuning in. For the group of you that are here, thank you so much. We will be right back.
Thanks, Karen.
Dark clouds move closer, but with a deeper red. Oh, beneath them we look on. When they part comes the hatred they bring. Lost in the dark, we've come so far. Another step to rid the pain. Go and be counted till your last day. 'Cause only nightmares break their face. So stand upon these fallen lands and follow in our Father's plans. Yeah, until the end we will remain, and we'll hold on until our last breath.
Welcome back, everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are into game 3 of our PCL Team Gap League. Team Venture versus Team Stupid Team Diff, aka STD.